thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. You found the Tony Basilio stream at TonyBasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com.
Listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Absolutely incredible. I got 2 to play and 2 only, and I got to tell you that because tonight we're going to be live with you at probably 12:30 Eastern Time for a Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime to the Stars. You just hope what happened to Houston last night doesn't happen to us, because that's the NCAA tournament. You play 10 bad minutes and you go home. You play 10, you go home. 10 bad minutes, you just fall asleep on offense and you go home. It's a crazy thing about the tournament. All year long, we looked at that Houston team and thought, man, my gosh, look at those guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. And they got obliterated last night. And then you look up, and Iowa's in the Sweet 16. 1 year after firing a coach it couldn't win in March. And then you look up, Brian, in the Southeastern Conference, how many teams thus far in the Elite Eight for the Southeastern Conference, Brian?
So far, none, and only 2 left, and they both play tonight.
Who are the by conference right now? What are we looking at?
You've got 5 of the 12 left are from the Big Ten. 2 of them play tonight. Nebraska got eliminated, but they're the only ones. Purdue won. They'll play against Arizona, and you've got Iowa, Illinois in one Elite Eight game tomorrow.
Hey, Bino, it's kind of disgusting, right? It's like the Big Ten was better than us in football. Were they better in basketball, Bino, too?
Yes. The Big Ten, the Big 12 were the best leagues in basketball, I believe. Big 12 often, for some reason, seems to fall a little short.
Yep.
As a whole in the NCAA tournament, but the Big Ten's been really good. They had to have one eliminated last night.
Yep, because they played each other. Yep. I'll tell you this. That Iowa team last night, that's pretty impressive. They got behind early and fought back, came back. Coaching matters. Coaching matters. And
Nebraska tried to play with 4 guys.
That was incredible,
in the key spot.
That was Bri. What are they? I saw them talking about that after the game. That can't be. Officials can't let that happen, can they, Bri?
It's not hard to count to 5. I mean, I can see it happening in football when you have 11 and you're kind of frantically substituting and coming from a long way. But in basketball, there's really no excuse ever.
I'd like to see Gino in the first round take his team out there and go 4-on-5, just see what would happen. So the games last night, I'm not going to lie to you. I went and sat in the park yesterday and played for about 4 hours. And I did. It was nice. And my eyes are burning right now, and, all that. It's just everything's blooming right now. And I fell asleep. And I woke up, and it was 2 obliterations. What did I miss, Brian, the late night window? Anything? Just 2 total obliterations.
Well, Toby Owaka looked like a beast last night. Arizona had 6 players that scored at least 14 points, which hasn't happened in a long time. And Arkansas never really had a chance despite scoring, I want to say it was 109-88.
Yep.
It was the largest deficit or largest defeat Coach Calipari has ever had in a tournament. So Arizona gets Purdue.
This Arizona bunch, Brian, this Arizona bunch is not to be messed with, man. That's going to be
Arizona
a hell of a game.
is going to win the whole thing, I think.
That Arizona-Purdue game, Bob Baskerville, that's going to be a hell of a game. Purdue with a gutty win last night. A gutty win. How about the way Texas played, guys? All season long, Texas hid in plain sight. You want to talk about a club that elevated their game? And that's why we wrote what we wrote a couple weeks ago about their NIL commitment. They're getting ready to jump in with the big boys here in the spring because Sean Miller has them excited down there. And why wouldn't you be, Bino?
Yeah, they had an outstanding run through the tournament, Tony. Looked like it belonged absolutely last night. And Sean Miller's an outstanding basketball coach. But last night we saw 2 outstanding basketball coaches, both with an error. You absolutely have to have your big guy in there on that last play when all you're looking at is defending and rebounding, and gave up a follow-up tip that lost the game. And then Hoiberg looks out there, and one of his brainiacs has forgotten they're supposed to be on the court.
Wow. I'm afraid this Jacobson guy can coach too, by the way.
Oh yeah, you watch those guys when they're winning national championships at lower levels. Mm-hmm. A guy that can coach. It doesn't matter what the level is.
The great Ray Mears
I think it's
told me that.
Ben McCullum is who you're talking about.
McCullum, I'm sorry, Ben McCullum. My bad. Yeah, I'm punch drunk. Okay, here's the thing. I don't feel good about tonight because I feel good about tonight. All week long, I came into the week thinking, it's been a nice run. And it's been fun for the Vols. And, it's been a great time. And, hey, it's wonderful. Hey, and they're a good story. And, boy, this team got as far as they got. And the more guests I've had on, the more people we've talked to. Mory Hanks yesterday downloading, he told me last night 3 NBA scouts who have seen Iowa State probably a combined 25 times between them. People think Tennessee's going through them tonight because this Jefferson kid means that much to them. Now, am I saying that Tennessee's getting through only because a player got hurt? I mean, that's part of the game. That's part of the deal here. The best ability is availability. And nobody would have felt sorry for us if Nate Ament couldn't get up on Sunday and couldn't play and Virginia got through. It's just kind of the way it is. But the more I've looked at Iowa State and the more I've looked at the Vols and the more I look at the contributions Tennessee got from some of the other players, I'm not so sure the Vols aren't going to get through the weekend at this point. I'm almost to the point where I'm saying if you're going to win 1, go ahead and win 2. And we've said all year, if it's ever going to be a team that does it, it's going to be a team we borderline hate. And if we're honest about it here, if you're honest and I'm honest, this team has driven us nuts. Now, I'm not saying that out loud. I don't think they're getting through the weekend, but the concept remains on the table for me, and I don't feel good about tonight because I feel good about tonight. I did not feel good about Sunday. I did not think Tennessee was beating Virginia. I didn't think they were beating them at all. Till the game happened. I saw how they were officiating it, and I said, oh, Virginia's in big trouble here. They got borderline no chance. Bino, why do I feel the way I feel, and does it trouble you that I feel the way I feel?
No, Tony, it does not trouble me that you feel the way you feel. I think what gives Tennessee more than a puncher's chance is without Jefferson, they are a pretty one-dimensional offensive basketball team. Mm-hmm. And we've proven that if you're one-dimensional offensively, we can defend whatever that is, and we'll sell out to defend whatever that is. Mm-hmm. What still gives me some issues is we're going to have to be as strong with the basketball as we've been all year. Because if we're not, then it doesn't matter how one-dimensional they are in half-court set. They're going to score a whole bunch of points before we can set our defense if we're not a lot stronger with the basketball than we've been at any point.
The more, Bino, we've gone along this week, the more I've come to believe that this is a very good matchup for the Vols. It's just I'm back to what our panel said on Sunday night. Mo and Lee and Matt and C on Draw Sunday, and Brian, we were all in here. Brian, were you on the Draw show or not? I don't remember. It all runs together.
No, I was not.
But that panel, pardon me, that panel believed when they looked at the draw, they said it's the best possible draw in the world for the Vols. To at least get to the Sweet 16. And then, if you would have told the panel that night that Jefferson was going to get hurt. Here's the thing about Jefferson, and Mory was telling me this. He said his scout friends say that he's easily right now the most complete basketball player in the tournament, and it's not close. Now, Bino, you've seen him. Bino, you had a little wager on him in the first round. Describe through your eyes, what Iowa State's missing tonight if he's not out there.
Well, they basically ran their whole offense through him, Tony. He was like a point forward. He can, as you said, he can play every offensive position out there. But he handled the ball more than I think he's second on the team in assists, first on the team in rebounds, second on in scoring. He just did everything for them. And I'm stunned with how efficient they were It took them a half against Kentucky, but I'm stunned with how efficient they were in the second half without him. Of course, a lot of that was just ripping the ball away from Kentucky and getting out on runouts. And then Kentucky decided they weren't going to guard once the game got out of hand.
It is absolutely amazing. It's an incredible time. This is going to be tremendously interesting. The Vols have, in my mind, every opportunity tonight. Every opportunity to get to a third straight Elite Eight. Do you have any idea, Bino, how incredible that is? Can you fathom that? 3 straight Elite Eights, Bino. Can we fathom that? How hard that is?
I certainly never thought I would see it, Tony. I never thought I would see the opportunity to do it. So, extremely happy to be in this position.
So while we're here, why don't we just kick the door down? with this ragtag team and native men on one wheel. Why don't we just kick it in? Why don't we just kick it in? We're here.
Michigan, maybe.
Well, that leads me to this. Are you going to root for Alabama tonight, Bino, in the first game?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Finally, somebody with some common sense. That's like an IQ test for Matt Dixon. No, I'm not, because I don't cheer for Alabama. Well, that's your IQ test. You failed. Three below plant life, Matt. What kind of answer is that? Of course you're going to cheer for Alabama tonight. Alabama wins that game. You're literally 40 minutes away from punching your ticket. Punching your ticket. Of course you're going to root for Alabama tonight. Go light a candle. I mean, are you kidding? No, I don't know. I mean, the only chance they have is to make about 25 three balls, which they could. That, for those of you that haven't seen Michigan, these guys look like, I don't know, the old Bugs Bunny commercial with the Gas House Gorillas. Bino, do you remember that? The baseball team that was a million times better than everybody else, bigger than everybody else? Let's take a brief time out. We come back. Back to our phones. I'm never cheering for Alabama. Yeah, okay. You and Matt Dixon sitting over there in a corner. I mean, what does that even mean? There's a first time for everything. Brian, who made that country song? John Adams said, tell Tony to quit singing on the air. Okay, sir, there's a first time for everything. That goes out to you. Let's come back on the other side, Hughie, after this.
It's the hottest postgame show on the planet. Garza Law. Fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree-cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama Zizi approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and Zizi.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Yeah!
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Basilio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes Light. Carnes Motor Company.
From the sunrise over the Smokies to the Saturday cheers at Neyland Stadium, Knoxville isn't just where we live, it's home. But let's be honest, finding your perfect spot in a hot market can feel like a full-time job. Whether you're looking for a Craftsman in 4th and Gill, a family home in Farragut, or a view in South Knox, the market moves fast. You need more than a listing. You need an edge. And that's where I come in, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. And I specialize in helping Knoxville buyers win. I don't just find houses, I find the right fit for your budget and your lifestyle. Ready to unlock your front door? Visit nextmovesmokymountains.com or call me at 865-694-5904. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And as always, go Vols!
Tony B back with you, 865-200-5402 is the numero dos. I told Bino I got a funny feeling, which I'm afraid of because I don't know. But I know one thing. Yesterday I gave the opinion that I thought tonight's card was better than last night's card. I look at tonight's card. I'm over on VIP Play, and I'm looking at these games tonight. And I'm going, man, that is one hellacious card of basketball. You got St. John's and Duke, two of the highest payrolls in the sport. You got Patino out there, who's always dangerous. You've got Alabama and Michigan in that late night slot as well. The St. John's Duke game, first game at tip-off. Hey, guys, that would not surprise me if that game's close. I want you guys to wax poetically. I'll lay the card out here. Then you've got Alabama and Michigan tipping off, which, again, no offense. I love you, Matt. You're my guy. You know, Matt, you're my guy, man. I mean, and some of you as well. But you guys are like fundamentalist. I don't know what you are, but you're like militant Vol fans. There's a first time for everything. I mean, you going to cheer for Michigan so they can, like, rip us apart by 20 on Sunday? So we can play another team we can't beat in the Elite Eight? Or you want to play somebody that we're, like, 7-1 against in our last 8? I mean, it's up to you guys. I don't know. You tell me. You guys tell me. I don't know. What do I know? Then you got, at 9:45... ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, childrens of all ages, you got Michigan State and UConn, which is just a scintillating matchup. The way I look at Tom Izzo plays Rick Barnes basketball, but he has the tournament wins. And I'm talking about the high tournament wins. He gets through this round. How many times he been to the Final Four, Bri? It's got to be crazy, right? What would you say that number is, Bri? 6?
He's the last
5,
Big
6?
Ten coach, he's the last coach from a Big Ten team to win a national championship.
There you go.
And he's been to the Final Four at least, I want to say, 3 or 4 other times.
Oh, well, easy. Look that up. I bet he's got 5 or 6 Final Fours. After taking over for Judd Heathcote, who was there forever. He was there when I was a kid. And then
Michigan State and Purdue have only had 2 coaches in my lifetime.
There you go.
And your lifetime, too, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's right. The last Purdue coach had an incredible toupee. Shout out Carl Ravitch. And then, let's see, where are we? And then we close it out tonight. They have our game listed at 10:10. Bino, what time's our game start, in your humble opinion? And what you guys?
We'll start about 10:25, 10:30.
Zacomania says he's been there 8 times. Yeah, he's Rick Barnes. Rick Barnes with the tournament resume is what he is. Now, Barnes is going to go to if they get through tonight, go to the Elite 8 3 straight times. That's pretty freaking incredible. This Izzo guy, he's just a kind of a different kettle of fish. He just knows how to do it in March. He just knows how to do it in March. He knows how to prepare his team so that they peak in March. That's what they always do. They're very dangerous in March. And he's taken teams of all different shapes and sizes to the Final Four. All different shapes. Great teams, middle teams, teams that just get hot at the end of the year. You know, he just knows what he's doing.
They've played the same type of style every time they put a team out there.
Rick Barnes basketball.
They're going to be tough on defense.
That's right.
They're not going to be that high-powered offense, but they're going to rebound and they're going to play tough defense.
Yep.
And if they get a 5 to 10 point lead on you, you're not winning. It feels like you're down 15.
They're going to fight like hell. Rodney Kraft asked
have
Tony,
control of the game.
Does WW make it to the Final Four? Is that Will Wade? He's not in it. Will Wade's not in the tournament, Rodney. I don't know if you knew that or not. You guys didn't qualify. Guys, give me your what you like tonight on the card. Bino, start with you. Your favorite game and why, and let me connect with Hughie.
Tony, my other than the Tennessee game, I think the game I'm looking forward to most is UConn and Michigan State. I think that's 2 really good basketball teams, and anytime I can tune in and hope to see Danny Hurley absolutely lose his mind, I'm in for it. And I'll go ahead and throw this out, everyone, for a money-making opportunity. I hope I didn't ruin the entire card tonight. Fade away. I just played every dog.
Well, I did the same thing. And I like St. John's to get to the Elite 8. I had them on my bracket, and I think they play UConn. Would not surprise me if they ended up in the Final Four. I think they've got some mojo going right now. And to tell you the truth, Rick Pitino might be the best coach of my lifetime, the best coach I've ever seen.
I think he's the best college basketball coach of my lifetime, Brian. It's either he or Krzyzewski. I would guess that are the best 2 college basketball coaches in my lifetime.
Yeah, and what I'll be tuned in, though, I'm probably going to keep it mostly on our region, which is on TBS. So I think we'll get to see Bruce Pearl between games and at halftime, whereas the other CBS will have Charles Barkley and that crew. I watched mostly CBS last night and kind of flipped back and forth a little bit. But anyway, it'll be, I think, I kind of think Michigan's probably going to win, but Alabama with the points.
Yep.
If I had to bet, I think I would probably take the points. I think the Vols got it. I think they have a better chance than Alabama of winning. That may sound crazy, but I don't have expectations.
Hey, guys.
I still won't have expectations.
Guys, I forgot how good Pitino was at Kentucky. I mean, obviously he was great. And obviously, they were getting players by hook and crook. And not able to connect with Huguenin right now, but we'll hopefully Bri will call us or something, but he didn't pick up. So here's the deal on Pitino. I was looking up the last time Kentucky had 4 consecutive Sweet 16s, which was 1996 through 1999. And I thought, what did they do with their 4 Sweet 16s, because we've had a rather respectable 2 Elite Eights, and then we bowed out one year in the 16. That's pretty respectable, really. That's pretty respectable. How about two,
Tony?
two natties, Bino? How about 2 natties and a natty appearance and an Elite Eight for them? 3 out of 4 years. He set the table for Tubby Smith, and then Tubby eventually ran out of steam several years later, but lived off his national championship and his other national championship game appearance. But Patino, if he would have stayed, Bino, how many natties? Let's say he would have stayed there 25 years. How many natties would they have won, Bino?
Oh, goodness. A lot more than they've won, Tony, since he left.
What's the number, Bino?
Yeah. 4, 5.
Is that going to be like their version of Tony Vitello baseball?
I mean, they won national championships after he left.
Yeah.
But
not as many as we think they might have won if Vitello stays.
No.
Hey guys,
unfortunately, he didn't.
Hey guys,
and they both went to the.
It's a good
professional level.
It's a good comparison, Brian, because I don't think that Patino was not a pro coach, and I'm not sure that Tony Vitello is going to like life up there, knowing him. But we'll see what happens. Without further ado, we've got a substitute teacher now in for Huguenin. Brian Hartman, ladies and gentlemen, producing the show. Fish on the fly, calling an audible, ladies and germs, calling an absolute stone-cold, immaculate audible presented by our friends at Gufan Moving and Storage in for Hugie, because now you're going to know it's time for you to move, because we're going to learn who the officials are tonight. Since 1887, 139 years, 5 generations. Longer than our drought waiting for our first Final Four. Can we get to the promised land? Do you see it on the other side of the mountain? Moving all types of items, careful attention paid, your valuables. Customer satisfaction is the way to go. Shout out to Tom and Taylor and their whole family. They're incredible. 139 years. Oldest continuously owned and operated family business, United States of America, Gufan Moving and Storage. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, our substitute teacher, Bino, which means we can misbehave in the back of the classroom. I bring in Mory Hanks.
Tony, how are you?
Brother, have you ever subbed?
Yeah, you know what? For the third best business teacher at Bearden High School, Clint Cope, I've sat in a few times.
Nice!
I don't know.
That's awesome, dude.
He gets a million days. You know, he's got a million days off banked, and he never has to take any of them. So I'd like to be Clint when I grow up. Number one, number two, Tony. I read your blog, by the way, which was a number of hours late today. I'll talk to you about that later. And I saw you take a shot at me. Tony, you're right. I apologize. It's not 18 listeners. It's now 19 listeners. I've done some research, and there's a long-time listener up in Johnson City that works with my wife that for some reason likes you, Adam Taylor. So there's now 19 listeners.
Shout out Adam Taylor, and we shout out our friends at T3 Vodka. All right, Mo, here we are. Boy, last night's game shows you how cruel March can be. Because when you come out and you play 10 minutes like Houston played last night, Mo, you go home with a case of rice-a-roni, brother.
Yeah, and that's, again, not putting Iowa State down or whatnot. You didn't know they were hurt. But like I said, if we talked about it on the selection show when we said, with Tennessee getting Virginia in the Sweet 16, they very, very easily could have played Illinois, if they got put in a different bracket in the Sweet 16. So Illinois, that was a great game, and they're one game away from the Final Four. The thing I sent you today, Tony, yep. I believe all your listeners and all the Tennessee fans, they're all disappointed. They haven't made it to the Final Four. How about that thing with Arizona? who's had a great team. They have been to the Final Four now in 25 years. That was amazing. That was amazing. When I read that today, all the success they've had, I didn't think that was possible.
Bino, can you imagine that?
Wow, a quarter of a century without Arizona making. No, I can't imagine that, and I'm sure that their fans couldn't imagine that either. And I guess that's the reason Miller's at Texas.
You know, the coach who took Arizona to the Final Four the last time they went, and the coach who took Iowa to the Final Four the last time they went is the same person. That's Lute Olson.
Lute Olson. Yep, Lute Olson was the coach a long time ago at Long Beach City College.
Yep. Incredible. It's and Mory, here's the thing about that sport. You're basically judged by what you do at this time of the year. We were just marveling at Izzo. Izzo's taken teams of all shapes and sizes, man, to the Final Four. He's got 8 of them. He's taken great teams. He's taken pretty good teams. He's taken kind of teams that were a little so-so during the season, and they figure it out at the end of the year. He just has a knack for this time of the year, man.
No, he's a great coach. There's a solid base to his program. He doesn't give in, kind of like Coach Barnes.
That's why I love it.
His way.
Yep.
But one thing, you talk about Coach Barnes, until last week, not beating a team higher in the seed. People here in the mid-state will remember great Kermit Davis at Middle Tennessee State.
Yep.
I think they were a 15. They beat him when they beat Michigan State when they were a 2.
There you go. How about this, by the way?
Yeah.
How about this, by the way? Maury
Giddy Potts.
Maury getting a Kermit. Yeah, Giddy Potts. Maury loves getting his buddy Kermit in there, which I love. Maury's loyal to his people. Why he's loyal to us, I haven't quite figured out. I'm not sure if I'm his people. But Maury,
no, you're not. You know what, Tony? I feel sorry for your 19 listeners. So
hey, Maury, this Alabama bunch tonight, when you look at that matchup, you talk about a contrast in styles, and you see the assignments. What kind of officiating they going to get in that game, Mo, tonight, now that you see the assignment?
I don't know. In that game we'll have Pat Adams. In the Tennessee game, by the way, I got an update late last night. The Tennessee game will be Courtney Green from the SEC, Brooks Wells, who's a Big 12 guy, and Tony Henderson, an ACC guy who did Tennessee's first-round game, I believe. So that'll be the 3 refs there. On the other side, it'll be Brian
Give
Dorsey.
me that again. Give me that again. Tony Green.
No. Courtney Green.
Courtney
Green's
Green.
a really old referee.
Right.
But yeah, Courtney Green, Brooks Wells, and Tony Henderson.
Courtney Green, Brooks Wells, and Tony Henderson are the assignment for tonight. Okay.
And on the other side will be in the Michigan game should be Pat Adams, Tommy Morrissey, and Brian Dorsey. So, Alabama plays really, really fast, and Michigan's got a huge team. Michigan will put 2 7-footers out there, but they play an up and down style. So I don't expect it to, them to walk the ball up, but they can't get into the fast-paced game as Alabama wants to play. That won't be good for them.
Tennessee's officials of Courtney Green, Brooks Wells, and Tony Henderson, Maury, what kind of whistle do the Vols get tonight? Is it restrictive, or do they let them play?
I think they let them play because I think you've seen in the last, since the tournament started, fouls are way down, compared to the regular season.
Yep.
So I think they'll be, they'll let them play. I think both teams want that. Both teams want to be able to grab and hold and stop cutters and things like that.
Barry Bino, do you have a thought for Maury as we're breaking down tonight's action?
Tony, but first I had a thought for you. With Tony Green out there, are you sure Burl Crowell isn't going to be out there with him?
Come on, Bino. Guys, and Don Rutledge. Everybody's a Commodian. Everybody's a Commodian.
Bino, by the way, I have to ask, how was your trip to Vegas? Did you have to donate blood to pay for your trip home?
No, Maury. I mean, the the way I bet, it's just about impossible to win much, and it's just about impossible to lose much.
He hit 2 jackpots on the slots, though, the next day, Mo. It's kind of an ironic thing.
I did not.
He sat there, and I was talking to him. He goes, I'm way up, and he ended up playing Kung Pao poker. Mo, you ever play Kung Pao poker?
No, I've eaten Kung Pao chicken, Tony, but I've never played. I'm not.
Bino, what is that poker game you like playing? That exotic Asian poker game?
I used to.
Tony, that's not the Asian stuff he was talking about. Okay?
No. He likes the no. What's it called, Bino?
Family-friendly show.
It's like pie. What's it called, Bino? Pie gal.
I've seen that poker, Tony. I never played it. I played a little 3-card poker from time to time.
I told you, Mo.
That's about it.
3-card poker. I told you, Mo. I'm not. We don't make stories up around here. Mo, from your perspective, okay? From your perspective, what's your favorite game on that card tonight? Just from a watchability standpoint. I'm watching this thing. I expect this to be the best game on the card tonight.
Anytime I can watch Coach Patino coach, that's the game for me.
They have a shot?
Oh yes, they do. How you doing? Yeah, they yeah. And anytime he's coaching and it's anywhere near equal talent, I heard you talking yesterday about how the expensive tickets in Chicago.
Oh.
I read in DC that they're even higher.
Are you kidding?
No, because think of this, Tony. You get on a train. The St. John's fans, you can get on a train for a UConn fan, and Duke's fairly close. The only one that's really far away is Michigan State. I know you didn't learn geography in school.
And those Michigan State people travel, too, because they love it. It's kind of their birthright. It's their sport. It's their only sport, really. That and my boy Porter Martone up there with Michigan State hockey this year, bearing down on a Frozen Four. See, I got range, Mo. Unlike some of your buddies, I even know a little bit about the sport on the ice, a little bit of college wrestling. I know them all, Mo.
You know what? You've got free time. You don't have to spend a lot of time on hair care, so you've got extra time that some of us don't have.
Okay. On the way out, do the Vols win tonight, in your humble opinion?
Yes, I think they do. I think it's going to be a very close game, and with Jefferson not playing, I think it's huge. Also comes down to it. Not that Tennessee's a great free throw shooting team, but Iowa State's worse.
Yep.
So it's going to be a great game.
Iowa State, Bino, actually shoots a worse percentage than us, if you can imagine that from the foul line.
And Tony, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to be on the post game.
Oh, Mory's going to answer the bell. I knew he was.
No.
I knew he was.
I said I do my best.
Hey.
You'll have Matt and Brian.
No. I got your wife's mobile number that I got from Philippi, and I'm going to buzz her to blow in your ear about 12:45 a.m. and wake you up.
I'll think it's my dog Ziva telling me she needs to go outside.
Maury, thank you. Maury, quit while you're behind. We'll talk to you later tonight.
See you, gentlemen.
Love you, bro.
Thanks, Maury.
See that? See that, Bri? Yesterday, Josh Heupel's press conference, I don't know if you heard any of it. We played like the first 7 minutes of it till I couldn't take it no mo. But he said yesterday that spring practice is like a marathon and a sprint into a marathon, which is really like a sprint. And I thought, I thought that he usually just kind of speaks words. What do you think of it, Bino?
I did hear I didn't hear the start of the show yesterday, but I went back and listened to his post scrimmage breakdown. I didn't notice a great deal of difference in the way that he generally presents things when I watched it, listened to it.
No, there wasn't a great deal of difference. But thank you to Mory Hanks for filling in and pinch hitting, Bri, for Hughie Bear. But hopefully we can get Hughie Bear on at some point today. In the meantime, I'm asking you, what's going to happen tonight? And I've got kind of an idea. I'm thinking about doing Give Me a Sco, Bri, and we have the callers, we limit them to 45 seconds to 1 minute in honor of Kim Caldwell's exit interviews with her players. Bino, surely Danny White's not bringing her back, right? With all this stuff swirling. Even the Hearst girl went into the portal yesterday. Skim Mulkey's saying that everybody's going into the portal. That's what everybody that covers them expects to happen. And coaches are going to leave. I mean, what in the world, Bino? In any sport, have we ever seen anything like this?
Yeah, I have no clue what's going to happen in that program, Tony, but one thing I do know is anything that's going to happen is not going to happen before April 1st when her buyout gets cut in half.
Oh.
This feels like what Penny Hardaway's doing in Memphis right now.
Yes.
With he's had to go through all these assistant coaches in the last couple years.
Yes.
And he's had to just do stuff on the fly. He's the last one in the room.
Except this poor gal has
remember to turn out the light.
Unlike him, this poor gal didn't play here. It's unbelievable, Andy. I was talking with a longtime hand in the market last night. We were just kind of comparing notes on it. He's asking me what I heard, and I'm like, well, I haven't heard anything good. And, I mean, that's crazy. So I'm thinking about doing this. We're going to take your score on the night's game. And then what time you think the game tips tonight. And we're going to do a mathematical formula and put the two together. I need your tip time and the final score. Brian Hartman's going to extrapolate who the winner is, and then we're going to send a prize out. $50 copper card and a $50 gift card to our friends at Alumni Hall. And maybe I'll get my boys at Proper Popcorn involved. Maybe they want to get involved, too, with their two Knoxville locations. They gave me a great gift basket last week. Those boys are... What I got to say to you guys is, as a popcorn freak, is keep on rocking in the free world. Speaking of which, the great Willie D. Heftlin, and I do mean Willie D., and I do mean he's great, has dropped a brand new Meeting the Moment, brand new podcast this weekend, starting rotation, of which the Vols have one and Vanderbilt doesn't. Bri and Bino, are the Vols going to win this series because of that? That pitching advantage, is that going to serve them well, Bino, or are they going to hit us around tonight?
Well, I certainly hope so, Tony. I mean, this is a Vandy team that obviously has a lot of pop. I think they're second in the league in homers and second in the league in RBIs and third or fourth in slugging percentage. So they're going to long ball or nothing pretty much, because I think they're hitting about 227 in league play. But so I would hope so. That's the old baseball adage. You hope it holds up this weekend. Be nice to get a road series win.
You boys look good the other night in your opener, Bino.
What's that, Tony?
I said you guys look good on Netflix the other night in your opener.
Webb had an uncharacteristically tough day.
Huh?
Webb had an uncharacteristically tough day.
You won 7-0. You won 7-0.
Batted him around a little bit. I know. Webb was the Giants' pitcher. So.
Oh, I thought you said we had. Oh, Webb had. Yeah,
no,
they
Webb.
rocked Webb's world. Yeah. Let's go to the phones. 865-200-5402. Back to our magical phone lines we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony. It's Andrew in Maryville.
Hey, Andrew. Great to talk to you.
So, first off, on the whole Nebraska having the 4 defenders out there.
Yep.
You've talked about this before. These teams have like 15 assistants behind the bench.
Yes.
How is not one of them responsible for making sure 5 go out there and it's the right 5? That's ridiculous.
It's almost like we have so many eyes on the thing now that we have no eyes on it, Andrew. It's like overkill. Or those of you that are into economics, diminishing returns. There's so many eyeballs on this stuff now that it's almost like smartphones. Smartphones make us all dumber. Smartphone don't make you smarter. It's a dumb phone. That's what they ought to call it, a dumb phone.
Yeah, I couldn't believe seeing that in the biggest possession of the season.
Yeah.
So my nightmare this whole week with my battered Vol syndrome has been, and I keep thinking about your big orange cup that you keep holding up on the YouTube stream. But my worry is that we're going to be sitting here tonight at like 7, whenever that game tips off, Bama and Michigan. Bama's going to pull the upset, hitting like 23s, and we're going to start dreaming of 40 minutes from getting a perfect matchup to go to the Final Four, and then we're going to find a way to not get through. That's my biggest nightmare tonight, is that we're going to have that. The upset's going to happen, the bracket's going to open up, and we're not going to be able to take advantage again.
Bino, what say you on that?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before, the Red Sea parts, and we decided to swim instead of walk. So, yeah.
We jump in where there's water, Bino. We jump in where there's water. That's such a great line. Shout out Gouffon Moving and Storage. I mean, is Bino the mover of the week, Tom Gouffon, or what? You tell me. You tell me. Is Bino the mover of the week online? Gouffon Moving and Storage. Is Bino the mover of the week? Secure Vaulted Storage. Newest offering, commercial storage logistics. Receiving and storage. Delivery services for all your business logistic needs. Andrew in Maryville. Is that a great line by Beanstar or what?
It is, because it's so true
Yes.
from what we've done all these years.
Jump in the water.
Whether it's been just us not playing well or an injury, we've just always been that one step away, one scorer away, one play away, whatever it is.
Are you in your heart of hearts? Will you join me in saying you're rooting for Alabama tonight in the undercard? Yes.
Yeah, I cheer for whatever is best for us. I was cheering for Kentucky against Ohio State as much as I hate them, because I don't think we'd have blown a third lead. I wouldn't think. Yeah, I'm cheering for Bama 100%. I don't want to. Last year we ran into that Houston team that was just a better version of us.
That's right.
Iowa State probably is with a healthy Jefferson.
Sure they are.
But Michigan definitely is just a better version of us, bigger, better version. So I don't want any part of that.
And my question for anybody listening is, why would you want to grind yourself into the ground in another unwinnable Elite Eight game, which is essentially what that is? Tennessee, to beat that Michigan team, if you watch that Michigan team play, Tennessee would have to shoot the lights out and play a nearly perfect game to beat those guys. And I'm not trying to speak ill of us. I'm just trying to keep it 100. I mean, they would swallow us, man. They're going to swallow everybody.
That's why Bama is probably the one team that could beat them, because they could just drag them into a shooting contest. And I mean, they were 19 of 42 in their Sweet 16. It's like 43% from three. That's how you beat Michigan. And I was going to ask Mory, but I was going to ask, I guess the panel their thoughts. My one concern without Jefferson playing is that they went small against Kentucky, and they put Momcilovic, that shooter, at the 4.
Yeah.
And if they do that tonight, which I assume they would, then that's going to mean that either Terry or Estrella or Brown are going to be covering him. And I'm really curious how we go about that, because I'd like to just play a men at the 4.
They're going to play a men.
You think they will?
Yeah, I talked to somebody who inside who believes that's what's going to happen. In fact, Tennessee's belief is that he hasn't seen anybody like immense length all year.
Yeah.
And the thought is we're going to give him a target he has to shoot over, instead of letting him comfortably shoot out there like he did with Kentucky, and and just rise up, because Kentucky was giving him open looks. If you let a kid like that's 48% from 3-point land, if the Vols let him look at it tonight, he'll drain 6 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that eases my worries a little bit, because that's been my biggest concern all week, is that we play, Barnes's style. You stick to it like he always does.
No.
And we end up, okay, good. I like to hear that. I think that gives us, I'm like you, the more I've learned about them, the more I'm getting a little too, a little too excited about the matchup, but that really helps me a lot.
Doesn't that stink?
Yeah.
That we
are afraid to get excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm. You feel you kind of smell what I'm laying down here, don't you?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I agree with what you've said over the years, which is the team that'll make the Final Four is the one that we don't think will. And we all figured we've been lucky to get through Virginia, and then then you get the luck with Iowa State, and it's just it feels like we're not supposed to be here, and that's typically when we end up finding a way to blow it, which this team tries to at any chance they get with the late game turnovers and stuff.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
Good talking to you. Even Andrew's dog's feeling it. That sounds like a little tiny dog, Bino, doesn't it?
I didn't even hear the dog, Tony. So
really?
Yes, it's not a big dog.
Tony did do it. Tony did do it on YouTube, says the following. Brian, tell me what this means. Cheering for the SEC is always best for another SEC team. Sorry, I didn't do it. Brian, what does that mean when it comes to cheering for Alabama tonight? What's that mean, Brian? Brian, what is that? Any idea what that means? I mean, if you're listening to this show and you don't think it's better for us that Alabama wins that game tonight, then you don't watch college basketball. I don't know what to tell you. Their program, Alabama, Tennessee matches up perfectly with them. They've got the key to beating them. They hold the kryptonite. They know exactly how to defend that team. And I get it. You got to go through, and somebody said, well, I don't want Phylon. We got to face him. Okay, fine. I mean, let's play Michigan. Let's play the abominable Michigan team.
I always lose IQ points trying to decipher what somebody in that YouTube. Forget my lack of response.
So I've reached out to Refletic Shud, and I've said, Judd, Courtney Green, Brooks Wells, Tony Henderson tonight, thoughts you want to jump on and discuss, and he what's the word here? He's blank me, Bino. What do you call that when you get ignored? I mean, he's out working for a living, but what do you call that, Bino?
Ghosting.
Ghosting. He's ghosting me. Sam Schrock says you don't want to root for them, but you can be indifferent. No, Sam, I'm rooting for them. Because, as the old country song goes, and to the guy that told John Adams, you don't like my singing, I just got to give you a few bars. There's a first time for everything. Bino, do you remember that song from the 90s? It's not a bad jam.
I do not, Tony.
Do you remember you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything?
I do remember that.
You got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Who made that one, Bri? You never
Aaron Tippin.
Never compromise what's right or uphold your family name. That's a good little jam right there. Let's go back to the phones. I love Sammy Kershaw back in the day. I'm out there swinging. Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
Tony B, that was John Anderson's swing.
Oh, I love John Anderson. That's what I meant. Yeah, John Anderson.
Can't believe I'm out here on the front porch in this swing.
Swinging. It was like so double entendre. It's pretty next level.
That's right. Last night, just real quick, 4 quick points. That Nebraska team, did they have Coach Dale from Hoosiers? My team is on the floor with 4 guys.
That's a pretty good line.
Yeah.
I love Hoiberg, too. I love him.
Yeah, he did so much great stuff. That's a shame to get to that spot
I know.
And have 4 players on the floor. That's what we'll do, Bino, in the Elite Eight. When it's time to advance to the 4, we'll look over and have 4 players out there. Like Derek Dooley's team photo against LSU. Bino came on the next day. I said, Bino, the floor is yours. He goes, we got a damn coach over there so worried about his hair that it's comes time to win the damn game. And this guy that's always worried about mussing his hair up's over there fixing his hair for the post game. And we're taking a team photo in the end zone. Do you remember when you said that, Bino? Team photo in the end zone?
Tony.
Yeah.
Most things I say them, and I don't remember I said them the next day, but I do remember that.
Team photo.
That's classic. That's a classic. That's a 30 for 30 ESPN classic matchup.
Yes.
The score, 72-67. Tip-off, 10-18 Eastern.
Beautiful.
What'd you say, 72 what?
67.
72-67, 10-18 Eastern. Bri, you got it?
We got to have...
That's the Vols, I assume, right?
Tennessee Volunteers.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. You went, on your little reply there, you went longer than 45 seconds. We're doing the Kim Caldwell. We're adhering to her, in honor of her exit interviews, which lasted between 45 seconds and 60 seconds, and I'm not kidding you. I wish I was kidding you. Bino, do you think I'm kidding about that? I wish I was kidding you. But we're going to do a little bit in honor of Kimmy. Her and Queen Danny. We come back on the other side. It's unbelievable, Andy! It's the Vols! It's the Elite Eight on the line. 3 straight years. I mean, let's go! Load the phone lines. Let's talk about it. As we continue, presented by our friends at Claritin Clear. I mean, what in the world? We'll come back with more on the other. We come back with hour number 2 after this.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
It's the hottest postgame show on the planet. Garza Law, 5th quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree-cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama ZZ approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Basilio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
From the sunrise over the Smokies to the Saturday cheers at Neyland Stadium, Knoxville isn't just where we live, it's home. But let's be honest, finding your perfect spot in a hot market can feel like a full-time job. Whether you're looking for a Craftsman in 4th and Gill, a family home in Farragut, or a view in South Knox, the market moves fast. You need more than a listing. You need an edge. And that's where I come in, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. And I specialize in helping Knoxville buyers win. I don't just find houses, I find the right fit for your budget and your lifestyle. Ready to unlock your front door? Visit nextmovesmokymountains.com or call me at 865-694-5904. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And as always, go Vols!
All right, I'm back with you, 865-200-5402. We have no calls. If you want to get in, we'd love to hear from you. It's a caller-driven program. We're here with you for another, I don't know, till the great William Pattison in the playbook on Fan Run Radio. He'll be followed by Dubsy and the gang. It's all next level. We are here. The time is right to take your calls right into the next hour. So 865-200-5402 is the number if you want to join us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. We're playing a little fun game here, and the fun game is this. I want the final score tonight, and I want the tip time. Final score, tip time. Final score, tip time. When you trigger that, that means there's 45 seconds to 1 minute left in your phone call when you trigger that. Do you guys expect that we see Jefferson tonight? Bino, I start with you because truly nobody knows, and we're just going to go on gut instinct. And I think it's very peculiar that a sport that's driven by sports gambling like this thing is, I mean, the very essence of March, of the tournament and March Madness, the very essence of it is built on gambling. Now, the gambling industry that we can track is one thing. You know, the legalized sports gambling and the proliferation of all this advertising around it, and that's one thing. The brackets and all that stuff that goes on off to the side, that's quite another. God knows. 'Cause it's like estimating NIL budgets. God really knows, only knows, how much money people, $20 at a time, $10 at a time, $5 at a time playing these pools. I would bet you guys that's astronomical. Bino, could you imagine uniformly them not making these coaches and these staffs publish real injury reports for this tournament in light of that?
Yeah, I always struggle with that, Tony. I've still got kind of a coach's mind.
Yep.
And it tells me, hey, screw them. I don't care if they know who's playing or who isn't. I don't want my opponent to get any advantage, to get any extra information that I don't have to put in. So I always struggle with that, whether that's a real reason that they should report that or not.
Brian, what do you think? Should they have real injury reports in this thing? What do you think? And then we go back to our phones.
I really, to be honest, I don't think it really matters.
Well, it does matter. I want to know what Jefferson's status is tonight. What do you mean it doesn't matter? I want to know.
I'm with Bino. I can only give you a half answer. That's not going to be.
But I want to know what Jefferson's status is tonight. Don't you guys? Don't we deserve that? I mean, the NFL does it for a reason. These other sports do it for a reason, don't they?
If he plays, he won't be 100% or even close.
All right,
he won't be what they need.
Real Mr. Tubbs says, nice to see you today in orange and not your ugly Kelly Green. Mr. Tubbs, I'm just doing the YouTube chat here. Let's see about you. You've been trying to pick at me the whole show, and so your timeout is 24 hours. Goodbye to you. You don't even get to post on the postgame show tonight, loser. (865-200-5402). Let's go to the phones. Bino, your thoughts when I get irascible with people and start blasting people?
It's always pretty entertaining, Tony.
Janoy Kresva says, Gino Muppet, and God knows how I feel. Let me see. You, Javoy, you're pissing me off. You get 30 minutes. So good luck to you. And by the way, you can go over to YouTube and see what all the fun's about. These people are commodians, but you find us over at Tony Basilio Show over on YouTube. Several thousand have, and I thank you for that.
You won't find Mr. Tubbs there until sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, he won't be back. Yeah, he'll be back for Will Heflin's. His next opportunity will be Will Heflin's post-game show. By the way, I encourage you on our YouTube channel to check out Will Heflin's latest, The Weekend Rotation. But let's go back to the phones, and we'll get our next call in. All lines currently jammed. We'll take them in the order they came in. Hi, you're on the air. Welcome in.
Tony, it's Music City Sam.
There he
Can I
is.
myself for 24 hours?
Samula, how we
For my
doing,
mental
buddy?
health?
How we doing, Samula?
I'm happy. I'm about to go hit some golf balls, probably pretty badly.
What's our
But,
weather like in the mid-state right now, Samula?
A little cloudy, warm enough, little windy, but we'll see how it goes.
We're
I'm not
72
worried.
and cloudy here in East Tennessee, and our temperature is going to decline as the day goes along, and rainy conditions expected around 4 today. So I'm going to get off about, I'm going to get off at a decent hour and get outside so I can sleep this afternoon.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'll need one too. If it starts raining, I'm getting off the golf course.
Interesting.
I played enough golf in the rain in college, so
Interesting.
I'm done with that.
Yep.
But Tony, I listened to your advice.
Yep.
I might be saying Roll Tide tonight. It'll pain my heart, but you're right. Probably got to do it.
I want to play in the Final Four.
I know. It would be sweet.
It would be unbelievable. If they won tonight, if they came out there and shot and made 18 3 balls and sent those dudes home with a case of rice-a-roni and then we had an opportunity on that stage tonight. I mean, can you imagine the adrenaline going through our bodies when we're watching that game tonight? Mory Hanks might stay away.
19 to 42.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they shoot the 3-ball like that. You know, that's the way that offense is designed.
Yeah, I mean, they're that like Tennessee is a team that they're not going to get blown out that often. Alabama could win or get blown out by 30.
Sure, they
really
could.
No in between.
Yeah, no question. They could, that's a good point. They could get muscled off that floor tonight by that Michigan team. If Michigan, like Mari's talking about, gets up and down and is able to get easy shots on them, they could get absolutely run out of that game tonight. There's definitely a path for that.
Yeah, no question, Tony. As good as the Big Ten's been, and this is the cream of their crop here.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yeah, and Tennessee's maddening in that sense that they're never going to have the game where they just pull away and just destroy someone, shooting lights out. But they also don't have games where they're just completely out of the game with 15 minutes left.
So give me your score prediction and give me your tip time tonight, and I'll take your tip time and make it an Eastern time for Brian Hartman. It's a Sam in Nashville, Bryce. Sam in Nashville. Go ahead, Sam. This is for a $50 Copper card, good to any of the Copper Seller family of restaurants. Also, an Alumni Hall card worth $50. You can also do it online.
10:32, Brian Hartman. Write it down.
10:32.
10:32 Eastern.
Which means we come on close to 1 a.m., Bino. You imagine that, Bino, coming on close to 1 a.m. for a post-game show?
I cannot, Tony.
And, Sammy, will we have several thousand people listening at 1 a.m., in your humble opinion?
If we win, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what's great is we get intoxicated callers at 8 p.m. Imagine 1 a.m. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, we had a couple of, shall we say, folks that I don't know, that were a couple Dos Equis deep the other night, a couple cases of Dos Equis deep, including a couple of them that emailed me when I didn't do the business with them they wanted to do on the air, and they emailed me just screeds, just angry screeds with all kinds of misspellings, and I see you out there. I see you. Sammy, Tony, give me the final score. Hit it.
74-68, Tennessee.
And that's it for him. Kim Caldwell style, Bryce. See how that works? When you get into that, that's our exit interview. What's the matter with you,
There's some
Beano?
calls that need to be cut off like that all the time.
Beano, Brian. Now be nice.
Brian's on the sodium pentothal today.
Brian's pissed. They're saying on here, Bino, that Sammy from the Ridge calls in buzz sometimes, Bino. You think that's true? Your buddy from Oak Ridge, Sammy?
No way. No way. Sammy's out there working. He's not buzzed.
If that game tips at 10:30 Eastern, it's over at 12:45. I was talking to my brother last night, who's got 10 years on me, but he said, Tony, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? He said, you're 59 years old. I said, yeah, I'm aware of that. He said, that's not normal. And I said to him, Richard, have I ever been normal? And he said, well, that's a pretty good point. He said, you've never been normal. So let's go back to our phones. Hello and welcome in. You are on our Friday edition. All lines currently jammed.
Yo, Tony, what's up?
Hey, welcome in.
Memphis Mafia.
I don't want the Memphis Mafia right now. I want you on my side, brother.
Man, I just want to say you guys do a great job, bring a lot of joy. So fun to listen to you guys. Been listening for years.
Thank you.
I'll be quick. Why would we not want to cheer for Bama? Because if we win and Bama wins, then we get to defeat them to go to the Final Four. That's my whole reason for cheering for them. I hate Bama as much as anyone. I think we got to pull for them because we can beat them. to go to the Final Four. It'd be amazing. So that's my reasoning. Love to hear you guys. Why would someone not root to play against Bama to go to the Final Four?
Because I don't know. I can't comprehend that. Alabama wins tonight, your bracket just opened up. I guess because they say you never cheer for Alabama. What does that mean? Of course you do. When it's in my best interest, I damn straight.
Michigan. Why cheer for Michigan?
Well, that's right. When it's in my best interest, you damn straight I'm going to cheer for Alabama. I mean, God gave me a brain.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know that we get past tonight. I don't think Bama gets past Michigan, but that's what I'm pulling for. I think tonight, Ament has a good game. I'm going the score 75-72.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I think Iowa State gets us, but I think that's going to be the score.
Yep.
I think the tip time's going to be 10:35, and we'll see. Maybe their team will come crashing down as quick as Titans-Bills cell coverage. So we'll see what happens, Tony.
Mafia, love you. You got a shot in there and you went 37 seconds. So that was a pretty good Kim Caldwell exit interview from him, because once you start tripping, and Brian, you got Memphis Mafia's down there, his score and all that, and his tip time.
Yep.
Bino, your thoughts on us using the Kim Caldwell exit interview once the predictions begin? Because Memphis Mafia had an excellent phone call there.
Yeah, I think we're the only show in America that will do that today, Tony. That's what I think.
865-200-5402. Ben McKee saying that Nate Ament was moving well at practice yesterday, Bino. Was flying around at practice. Hey, I hope so. I hope so.
That's a good report.
He's been off his feet all week. I know that. Jefferson, that issue tonight, Tennessee does not expect him to play, and if he does play, they expect him to play 5 to 7 minutes. Who knows? Again, I'm back to this. I'm back to this here. We don't have injury reports. We don't know. Nobody knows. They don't tell us anything. Let's go back to the phones at 865-200-5402 if you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us. This is really fun. To be in the middle of this tournament is really fun. To be the final game tonight is not fun. However, I will, if we lose tonight, say that Rick Barnes had two consecutive Elite Eight appearances and one Final Nine. What can we call this tonight, Brian, if we get beat tonight? In the late night window, you got the Elite Eight, you got the Final Four. What can we do with 9, Bino? Give me something we can put in front of 9 and put our own banner.
The nearly 9.
Nearly 9. Thank you. We had an orphaned Elite Eight banner before when they put that
it looked like a huge envelope with one stamp on it.
So embarrassing. And Barnes came and said, I'll trouble you after tonight. I'll trouble you. I don't want to trouble you, but I'm going to trouble you. Oh, man.
It was good optimism to put that great big thing up there, and like you're going to fill it up like it's a book of green stamps or something. Why not hang just individual banners?
So great. That's the leadership we used to have. We'll put that up there so everybody can see just how feeble and how bad our history is in the tournament. Let's go backdoor phones. And we'll get as many people in here as we get. LOL, Seymour, Morjo. Hello and welcome in, LOL. You're on the air.
What's up, Tony? It's Nathan in Andersonville.
Hey, Nathan. Always great to hear from you, man.
I'm going to keep it quick. My score prediction 73-71 Tennessee, because nothing's easy and it's going to come down to the wire.
Yep.
And tip-off times 10-19.
And Kim Caldwell thanks you. 865-200-5402. Did you get it, Bino? 10-19. 73-71. Nathan in Andersonville, who's a good man.
Got it down.
Thank you. Nobody's picked the Shockers yet, Brian. I've been trying to call them Wichita State all week. Nobody's picked Iowa State.
No, Memphis Mafia picked Iowa State.
Oh, that's right.
He took the Cyclones.
Thank you, Memphis Mafia. By the way, Iowa State and Iowa, if they both got to the Elite Eight, Brian, that wouldn't be too shabby, would it?
I'm sure that's never happened before. Two Iowa teams.
Well, I mean, the guy
this deep in the tourney together the same year.
The McCaffrey guy that they had there before, who's a Philadelphia guy who literally couldn't coach in March, he never did it. So I know that. The Dr. Tom Davis.
I don't even think they got to the Sweet 16.
He was awful. You remember that game we played them in the play-in? How bad they were that night. God!
Well, we had to come from double digits down to beat them. But in overtime, it was.
I mean, that was so bad. Let's go to the phones. I'm so fired up right now. It's the first to 70 tonight. It worked the other day too. You get to 70 points first if all's win. Wiener, Cheek and Calhoun dinner. Let's go to the phones. And by the way, we're back at Calhoun's next week. Bino, close your eyes and picture this. Tennessee wins tonight. After Alabama wins tonight. Vols punch your ticket to the Final Four, baby. Are you going to jump on the Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime Sunday if the Vols are on to the Final Four? Bino, yes or no?
Absolutely, Tony.
All right.
Absolutely.
I'd like to teach a world to sing at that point in perfect harmony if I could figure out how to do it myself. I can't hear thirds, though. Just I don't know. Lauren's sister, when she sings with her, they harmonize perfectly. And I sound like, I don't know, a cat in a blender. Picture this, Bino. You and I are live at Calhoun's next week. The basketball team's off to the Final Four. I don't even know where the Final Four's played. I don't let myself do that. Where is the Final Four this year, Bri?
Indianapolis.
Indy.
I don't even do it to myself. I don't even. Just not for.
I
any
didn't know
teams.
that until day before yesterday.
Yeah, it's not for any teams I follow. I don't look at it. Temple got there 5 times and couldn't get over the hump, and my Vols, well, could get there 4 times. I just don't let my mind go there. And then LSU.
They're playing NIT there too this weekend. I mean that weekend, right, Brian?
In the Hinkle Field House.
Yeah, that's where they moved the NIT to.
That's cool.
A couple years ago.
That's cool.
So Stephen Pearl gets to go back to the Final Four back-to-back years.
Hey, the Hinkle Field House is cool. That's a good little bonus for those kids. That's fun. Here's the thing. Bino, you got LSU in town next week. We got a nice sunny day. We're talking about Tennessee and LSU in baseball after the Vols take 2 of 3 this weekend, if they don't sweep. That bunch, that ragtag bunch at Vanderbilt with Tim Corbin and his crash helmet on third base. Of course, our guy wears one too, but who am I to? Corbin just looks funny in his. Bino, can you imagine the scene down there? The LSU fans, the Tennessee fans, fired up, focused, prepared, breathing that rare air, what the pH in your blood would do. I mean, imagine breathing in that Final Four air with LSU baseball in town, Bino.
All on a Good Friday.
All on Good Friday. Praise God. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Gino.
Oh, there he is. I heard you breathing, but you can't come in. And by the way, that was probably the exit interview of Talisha Cooper there. On my game today, Bean. Let's get Let's get our next call in here. Hello and welcome in. You are on our Friday edition.
Hey guys, it's Testerman.
Hey, Lloydie.
Beaner, they still got some any decently priced food down in the Fremont?
There's very little that's decently priced out there anymore, Lloyd.
Isn't that sad, man, that Vegas has gone to corporatism to the point where they've squeezed everything out and everybody out, and now their numbers are way down, Lloydie?
I went down to Binion's Cafe and ate a $30 breakfast.
Wow, Bino.
I've not been there in 10 years, but it was really out of hand back then.
Why'd they do it, Lloydie? Why'd Vegas do that? Because their numbers are way down.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I'm asking you, what do you guys think?
Blue, man. I mean, that's a disaster in and of itself. It's a great point. They didn't shift gears after COVID. They just kept raising everything.
Bino, are the casinos empty? Bino, were the casinos empty when you were there, like emptier than they usually have been?
No. I mean, the main street where I stay never does great business in the casino. Mm-hmm. But the Cal still looked busy, and I went down the Golden Nugget, and it was stacked and packed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a really good property. I like the Nugget.
I like Snooze Nuggets. Nuggets.
I'm thinking tonight's going to surprisingly be a little bit more offense than people are thinking. I think Boswell's hit a stride. Mm-hmm. Confident in his shot. Mm-hmm. He's got to not turn the ball over. We can beat these guys.
They told Boswell before that last game, you get open shots, you better be shooting them. I do know that, and they've told him the same thing tonight. These guys are going to give you open shots, and you've got to shoot them. You cannot hesitate. You've got to shoot the basketball. And if you miss them, we'll live with it. But you've got to shoot them. You've got to let them go.
I'd even let the old Court South Berg shoot it. He's has that Court South energy from the pickup game. Credit to JM on that fantastic reference. I look for Michigan to absolutely hammer Alabama and that game to be over kind of on time. I think we're going to tip about 10-16.
And what will the final score be?
Tony, give me Tennessee 128, Iowa State 121. I think it's going to be a little high scoring.
I'd say that's right.
That's my kind of Kim Caldwell interview right there. 865-200-5402. Again, 865-200-5402. If you're going to get through tonight, I don't want to say role players, but your entire roster has to contribute. That's what you're there for. Everybody's on scholarship. Hey, if you watch last night's game, the teams that are winning are the teams that are getting it from their full rosters. And the teams that aren't, like Houston last night, aren't getting it. I mean, that's the difference in the game. These deeper teams are winning. And isn't that the funny thing, Bino, about postseason sports down through the years? The stars, you kind of know the start, but it's always the rest of your roster that does it.
Yep. It's always someone unexpected stepping up, having a better than usual performance, and that's what takes you over the top when you get to that point.
Back to the phones.
Because there's so little difference between the teams.
Back to the phones we go. I just know as a YouTube rabbit hole guy that I've gone down some rabbit holes on YouTube regarding what Vegas has done, and they've decided to do more with less purposefully, which is an interesting choice by them. It's almost like college sports, Bino, with their ticket buyers. We're going to do more with less. Run people out and charge the people that want to be here more.
Every time that something you like to order on a menu is every time the price goes up, you're getting less of it. It never fails.
As we go back to our phones, deep thoughts from Brian Hartman, ladies and gentlemen, on a Friday. Where you about 30 to play. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, guys? Josh.
Wings.
All right, I'm going to start off by saying I think the tip time is going to be around 10:40 tonight in our game, Eastern. and I think the final score is going to be Tennessee 78, Iowa State 72.
Because you got right to the point, Joshy boy, and we've got about 30 seconds left here, because that's very good that you did what you did. Who do you believe stars tonight, and who do you like in the Michigan game?
I agree with Lloyd. I like Michigan in a blowout tonight, and I think Jacoby stars tonight for the Vols. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you. I forgot to ask you what you thought about my coaching this season, but you jumped right off, and, you know. So in case you're just joining, the calls are short, because once you get into what the tip time's going to be tonight, and we've got a formula we've put together. C's helped us devise a formula. He's got a computer program, Mr. C does, that takes the final score along with what you think will be the tip time and adds them together, divides them by 7.19, like pi r squared. Bino, do you remember pi 7.19? Do you remember that?
Yes.
I have nightmares about pi. And by the way, I've been told it's Pi Gal Poker is that thing you like, Bino.
Pi Gal Poker, yes.
Yes.
Pi Gal Poker.
And Brian, what you're talking about, Jonesy said, is something called shrinkflation, where you pay more for it, but there's less of it.
Shrinkflation.
That makes sense.
And Lane Abdullah says, Joshy boy sound like he's headed to the caller portal. Hey, Brian.
Uh-oh.
Before we go back to the phones, Brian, are there any callers that you'd like to send to the portal? Bino, should I start that or just do that smart?
No comment.
Let's go.
No comment.
Let's go back.
Attaboy, Brownie.
Let's go back to. That's really not cool. I mean, be a uniter, not a divider. Let's enjoy the day. You know, be a uniter, not a divider. Let's enjoy the day. Tony? I mean, can you just, you know. All right, load up the phone lines. I want to talk to you. 865-200-5402 on a day where Hughie missed his mark, but the Vols won't. I really believe in Tennessee. I really believe in the Vols getting through this. I believe in the Vols, says a man with an orange implement. No, is it an instrument? It's not an implement, Bino. What is it? It's like a tool. What do you call this thing that I've got in my hand, Bino? What would you call it?
I can't see what you have in your hand, Tony.
You gave it to me at Calhoun's, Bino. Does that mean anything?
Oh, well, yeah. That's a piece of protection apparel.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet.
Hopefully I don't need it.
Garza Law, fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama ZZ approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Achillio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes Light. Carnes Motor Company.
From the sunrise over the Smokies to the Saturday cheers at Neyland Stadium, Knoxville isn't just where we live, it's home. But let's be honest, finding your perfect spot in a hot market can feel like a full-time job. Whether you're looking for a Craftsman in 4th and Gill, a family home in Farragut, or a view in South Knox, the market moves fast. You need more than a listing. You need an edge. And that's where I come in, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. And I specialize in helping Knoxville buyers win. I don't just find houses, I find the right fit for your budget and your lifestyle. Ready to unlock your front door? Visit nextmovesmokymountains.com or call me at 865-694-5904. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And as always, go Vols!
TB back with you, 865-200-5402. We'll go back to our phones and get as many people in here as humanly possible. Bino, I got a question for you, 865-200-5402, if you want to do it.
All righty. Hit it.
Bino, do you remember the fight between Roger McKinney, the Tennessee left fielder, and Vandy's football player Jeff Peebles back in the day? And can we see a repeat of that tonight in Nashville?
Wow, Tony, I don't remember that fight.
Okay. So that was Tennessee's left fielder back at the time, and apparently
I don't remember the fight.
Apparently he was wound tight, and Vanderbilt's football players were out there heckling him in left field at the old McGucky field. What they call it, McGucky? What they call the old ballpark?
Like McGuffin or something?
Yeah,
like
McGuffin field or whatever. Anyway, he went over during the game, dropped his baseball glove, and threw hands with these football players.
Beautiful.
So
that's old school there.
He'd probably beat him up too.
Let's go back to our phones. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see. Nega Dave wants me to say that I think on the air that we have no chance. I thought we had no chance all week till all these people, like the foremost beat writer for Iowa State from the Des Moines Register, said, oh, Tennessee's got a great opportunity in this game. And then Mory comes behind me and says, all his NBA scout buddies say we have a great chance. And then I talked to all these different people. And then I talked to some people internally, and Tennessee feels really good about this matchup, like they did Virginia. And then I talked to various different other folks, and they're like, hey, man, I feel good about this thing. I feel good about this thing. I feel good. I need love, you know? And so now I'm to the point where, you know, I feel good. By the way, congratulations, Michelle Marciniak. She's the new CEO of the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. She's coming back home. She's been very successful in business. And that is phenomenal. Phenomenal. You know, it's like good for her. She's good people. Bryce, she's a Pennsylvania kid, right? Michelle Marciniak, Spinderella.
Yeah, that's right. I think she transferred from Notre Dame.
I think that's right, Brian. Before transferring
she actually
was cool.
transferred before the people have transferred for years. Players have transferred here and there. So
Yep.
It's not a new thing.
Nope. But she was transferring before transferring was cool. You know, like I was country before it was cool. Now it's cool. All right, so here is what Reflytics Judd said. Do we want to do Reflytics Judd, Bino, or go back to the phones? What do you want to do on tonight's?
Let's hit Reflytics Judd and then go right back to the phones.
All right, here we go. Reflytics Judd on tonight's officials. Mory Hanks broke the news an hour ago. Courtney Green, Brooks Wells, Tony Henderson. Not a terrible lineup, Reflytics Judd said. Most familiar, obviously, with Courtney Green. He's been very consistent over the past few seasons. His average number of whistles is a bit less than average. Tony Henderson did the Virginia game. He had the second most foul calls on the Vols, but he was being paced by Don Big Blue Daly. So you'll always finish second to Don Daly. I really don't know much more about him. I know the name Brooks Wells. I think he's in one of those families where multiple people are officials. And sometimes they are guys who take themselves way too seriously and think the game is about them. Think about the Clougherty family. But I really don't and can't offer anything specific. But he did cut a promo on him, Bino. Which is kind of fun.
Love Reflytics Judd.
Yes. Oh, man. 865-200-5402. Well, Bino, that was a good piece of production by you. The two callers that were on hold hung up. So if you want to get in with us, 865-200-5402. In the meantime, Brian, what's your favorite play on the board tonight in this basketball game as the Vols get a crack, maybe till the crack of dawn, at another Elite Eight appearance? And by the way, 865-200-5402 if you want to join. What you got, Bri? Best
I like
thing on the
St.
board.
John plus 5.5 or 6.5 or whatever it is.
The Johnnies are now 6.5 over here, ladies and gentlemen, over at VIP Play plus 225 for Duke tonight. What do you think, Bino? What do you think of that game? Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm with Brian. When you were trying to connect with Hughie, I gave the people the cheat code. If they want to go against me, I bet every dog tonight.
Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you right now that my friends at VIP Play, great place to play when you play tonight. Because when you play with VIP Play, you're going to get treated like a VIP player. Everybody gets treated like a VIP at VIP Play. You know, we were talking earlier, those folks in Vegas, they don't treat you right. That's why people aren't going anymore. Friends at VIP Play, they treat you right. Just like Pat Benatar said back in the day, treat me right. You bet $20, you get $100 in bonus bets instantly. Promo code, phrase that pays TN Tony. Say it, know it, and write it down. It's a way of life. And there's so much stuff going on all around the world of sports. My gosh. First weekend of Major League Baseball. You've got our baseball Vols. They've taken action on that down in Nashville. You've got, obviously, Tennessee in the tournament tonight. And those Elite Eight games, hopefully, I want to be a part of that, and so do you this weekend. But it's all there at VIP Play, where I will bet on the Flyers twice this weekend. 2 money line wins, and I will collect 2 winning tickets because they're going to go 2-0. Not that you care. But if you have a gambling problem, 800-889-9789. 21 and over, located in the great state of Tennessee to place a bet. And we go back to our phones. On a day where we remind you, we're jumping out here because we're on till the wee small hours tonight. And if you're looking at Bino, you looked at me and you said, what about me, Bino? What was your comment about me when you peeked in there on me?
You need some sleep, Tony.
Back to the phones we go. That's another word of saying you ugly. Hello and welcome in.
Your eyes look sleepy. You look like you need Mick to cut you. Cut me, Mick.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. Hello, it's just the allergies, man. I don't know if anybody else is going through it, but hello and welcome in. You're on the air as Nega Dave is picking Iowa State 76-62, Bino. 76-62. So Nega Dave's got clouds on a sunny day. He's a punk. He's a clown. I ain't got much else to say. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, it's Garrick at South Bend. How we doing today?
That's my man right there in beautiful South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah, I'll be making a drive up there here after work.
Yep.
Can't miss this one. I feel good about it.
That's awesome, dude. What are you paying to get in?
I stumbled into a good ticket at a good price. I'll just leave it at that.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah. I tell you what, all this talk about Pogon poker this week, I think I came up with a new nickname for you.
Hit it.
The Pazon Porker.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do need to lose some weight.
Real quick, I'll keep it rolling like Fred Durst and get through the Kim Caldwell call. I really like this game. I think we're really gonna turn it on. I like us winning 78-66, and we're really gonna have to root for Alabama in this first one.
And the tip time is?
Oh, tip time. Let me go 10-22.
10-22. And your thoughts on me this season as a host, since we're doing this part of our exit interview and we have time here.
You're doing a fine job, Tone. I think, that hat that you've been wearing in the post game of last week, we're going to start calling you Indianapolis Jones. Good to see you in the Final Four next weekend.
Thank you, brother. Hey, have a great trip up from South Bend. That's a pretty good trip, right? That's pretty close, right, Bino? Like an hour and a half? That ain't bad at all.
I don't. It's very close to Chicago, but I don't know the exact distance.
Nega Dave.
Who was this again? Who was that again? I didn't get his name.
Oh, it's Indian. That's he's in South Bend, Indiana. South Bend.
I'll just say
South
SBIND.
South Bend. There you go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air. Appreciate you joining.
Hey, Tony.
Hello.
Hey, so I was watching the games last night.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. That Purdue team, they are the dirtiest team in the tournament. They
They'll do anything they can.
They'll flop on the ground. They'll like a fish. They'll freaking grab the guys.
I want to hear from you today, Baskerville, on this. I want to hear from Baskerville. I think his boys are, come on. They were flopping around. They were dragging people down, grabbing people's ankles. Come on.
And that one guy jumped underneath the Texas' star player and turned his ankle.
Low bridging people. I saw it ML Carr back in the day, Obino's old Boston Celtics ML Carr.
So dirty. So
I loved it, man. Loved it.
I mean, it's just butch league. It comes to a point. I mean, a little bit of that's all right, but I mean, it was just all night long. And this is what Purdue will do. They are the worst. They are the best, worst team ever. They will do all that dirty stuff and butch league stuff to like eke out wins over teams, and then they'll just get completely blasted when they run into a real contender.
You are outstanding. Give me a final score tonight, because this has been a great call from you.
Final score tonight for us, I like us winning like 76, 70, 76, 74.
What time's it tip off?
Do what?
What time does the game tip?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Like 6 or 7.
6 or 7. All right, Bino, put him down. 6 or 7. Thank you for the call. Bino, your thoughts on that call? 6 or 7?
It'll be about around 7:30 Pacific.
Bino did last night. Did that bunch pull out the brass knucks last night?
They do at times look like like a game broke out of rec center and people are a step or two too slow and always running into people. That Mayhem guy, if he played for anybody, he'd play for Purdue.
You know what's great about Purdue, Bri? They couldn't win in March till they played us, and now they're like winning in March. Do you like that, Bri? 7 years ago, they couldn't win in March. You play
That's
Tennessee.
Another team that needs their fans deserve some March heartbreak.
Huh?
Their fans and Michigan fans deserve all the March heartbreak they could get. They just can't get enough for me.
Damn, Bri. Let's bring Lee Man in now. Lee Man, what you got?
I agree, man. I thought Texas outplayed Purdue last night.
Sure did.
I felt bad for Tremont Mark, man. Awesome game, and you can get one break from the officials in that game. It's kind of ridiculous. But.
Well, they reffed Texas like their seed last night. They treated them like a total snack cake.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it felt like Purdue's game plan was to just pull the wool over the eyes of the officials and just trick them the whole game. That's what it felt like.
Lee, what do you make of our refereeing assignment tonight? Is it a break? Is it good? Is it bad? We've got our 3 guys that we have are Courtney Green, Brooks Wells, Tony Henderson. Thoughts?
I mean, I don't follow all that much with like college officials and basketball. Like, there's not a whole lot of like information out there as far as like how they. There's a little bit. But it's not something I pay a whole lot of attention to as far as did they swing teams. These are neutral site games. The information you do have on officials when it relates to like gambling is generally like how much do they favor a home team or the home environment that they're in. Mm-hmm. So you would think in a neutral court situation they would all be pretty even, but I know that's not always the case. But I don't pay too much attention to it.
Thoughts on the night,
Lee? Do you believe that they allow more in the postseason than they do in the regular season?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think they allow a little bit more. Yeah, I don't think there's a question. Yeah.
And by the way, it's gone along,
I think that favors both of these teams tonight. I think that's the way both of these teams play.
Hey, guys, teams have adjusted to it. That's why we got rough with Virginia. That's why Purdue got rough with Texas last night. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? What do you got, Lee? Talk to me about tonight. Favorite play on the board?
Yeah, so I mean, and like I said, let me preface this by saying, like, do your own handicapping, like trust your own gut. I would never encourage anyone to just blindly tell anyone. But I do like Tennessee tonight, like just because of the points. Like I can't get to plus 4.5 here without Jefferson out there on the court, and if he plays, he's nowhere close to being healthy. 2 days, it was Wednesday in the afternoon. Otzelberger said he had just abandoned the scooter and could walk without being in pain. Like 2 days before he's supposed to play, I can't see him out there. I can't get to 4.5. Like the biggest comp for Tennessee with who we've played to Iowa State is Houston. Nobody in the SEC puts pressure on you on the perimeter the way that Iowa State does with all the blitzing, blitzing on all the screens and trapping. Houston's the comp. And we handled Houston pretty well. We only turned it over like 9 times. Gillespie was really good at making quick decisions, like getting the ball to like those short rollers, like heading towards the basket. If he can do that again, get the ball into Carey's hands and Felix's hands and Estrella's, have them go 4-on-3 heading downhill towards the basket. I think there's a path there. And then look, the other thing is the offensive rebounds, especially without Jefferson. That their rebounding takes a major hit without Jefferson. It goes from like +7 per 100 possessions to -4 per 100 possessions. Like you offensive rebound, you can mitigate a lot of the turnover issues that you're probably going to have with Iowa State. You're going to turn it over. But I think if you can mitigate that with offensive rebounding, and then with those offensive reboundings, you catch Iowa State where they're not in like their half court sets defensively, I think that's a big deal. So I can't get to 4. I think this is anybody's game with like 3 minutes to go. I think they play 10 times. I think each team wins 5. So I took the 4.5 for Tennessee. I just can't get to that number.
And the interesting thing, too, is this Jefferson guy not being out there, you just can't underscore. And I want you to stay right there because we'll do some overtime. And by the way, if you want to get in, 865-200-5402. Now, I'm not going to do a ton of overtime, but I'm going to do some because I'm a sicko. Because coming on tonight at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I can't get enough of your love, Paul Rogers. I can't get enough of William Patterson's love. He does the playbook. He's in Chicago. He breaks it down scientifically. He moves right to left across your device, and he does it right now on Fan Run Radio.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
And Bino, when I say can't get enough of your love, what song do you think of? Who's the old soul song? I can't get enough of your love, babe. I try, but I can't get enough of your love, baby.
I'll go with it.
Who was it? Come on. Who did that? The guy with the soul voice. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, no. I'm not even saying. Hang on. I feel sad. Barry White. I
got you, Tony. My bad.
Is that Barry White?
Yeah, can't get enough of your love.
There you go. There you go. I can't get enough of Lee. Now, Lee's an invited guest on here today. He's not in the 45-second rule. People wondering why he's invited in. Lee, anything else on the card calling your name? What do you think of the St. John's game? Or are they going to get walked on tonight?
Yeah, it's probably the smallest opinion I have, but I'm on the under here. I'd lean towards Duke if I had to play a side. The biggest thing for me is that Duke got Nganga back. And I think defensively, that gives Duke the ability to switch everything like 1 through 5 and play their monster drop. Like you can't get to the rim on them, and they force everything out on the perimeter. And I think it's a half court game. St. John's has got to hit jump shots, and they don't make shots, man. I know they hit some versus Kansas, but I think Duke's going to make them hit outside jumpers, and that's their Achilles heel. I don't really see St. John's get much off here unless they just turn them over a bazillion times and get out in transition. It's hard for me to make a case for St. John's being able to put enough points up here. Like I went under just because I can see Duke kind of struggling with that press. They're saying the Foster kid's going to be back for Duke. I don't know if that's true or not, but I could see them having issues with the press. I mean, they didn't handle the press very well against TCU for like the first 30 minutes of that game. So I went under. I think it's kind of a slog. I'd slightly lean towards Duke if I had to play a side there.
Rest of the card, Alabama, Michigan. Obviously, we're all rooting on Alabama tonight. This Michigan team's looked, since that tournament in Vegas when we first saw what they had, they've been pretty damn crazy good, and they look so formidable. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Michigan, when they're playing at their ceiling, is the only team capable of beating Arizona. To me, this sets up a lot like last night with Arkansas in Arizona. I just there's too many flaws with Bama. That they're such a poor rebounding team. Like they're such a poor defensive team for being a team that's a top seed. They've got a negative rebounding differential in the season, negative turnover differential in the season. Outside the top 50 defensively, Michigan's going to be able to do whatever they want in the paint. The closest comps for Bama, like when they played Florida, Florida destroyed them in the paint. Like it's just hard to make a case for Bama here unless they just, like everybody knows, it's not galaxy brain stuff. Can they hit enough threes to keep them in it? Bama the thing is like when Iowa played Florida, playing a number one seed, like Iowa parked the bus. Nate Oates isn't going to do that. He's going to want to go guns blazing, like get up and down the court. And I think that's a recipe for disaster against Michigan, who loves getting out in transition and is elite at it. So Bama's got to hit just a ridiculous percentage from three to stay in this. I played the Michigan team total over 91. I don't still see how Bama gets stops.
Bino, you agree with that? Bino, you agree? Because Mory was talking about that. Michigan's just got the personnel to get downhill on them and just punish them.
Yeah, I just think Michigan's a lot better than Alabama.
But who knows? Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what, Lee? You make 22 or 23 three balls, all of a sudden we're doing math, right? Like C says, it becomes a math equation.
That's why I played the Michigan team total. I'm just taking the Bama three-point shooting variance out of the equation and just going with what I think I'm for sure is going to happen, and that's Michigan scoring on a large percentage of their possessions, very efficiently. The one thing Michigan has issues with is turning the ball over. And Bama doesn't create turnovers. They're like 358th in turnovers forced. So Michigan's guards will be comfortable. They'll run their offense. Like they're going to be able to score. So I like the Michigan team total over.
Then we got the coin flip game. I love this game. It's what the whole deal's about. And it goes off before hours, so we'll have a chance to watch probably the first half of it before we start. It's supposed to be a 9:45 start. Tom Izzo just knows what he's doing. And the guy at UConn, though he is a horse's ass, he's pretty damn good too. Two excellent hard-nosed teams. Who you got, Lee?
Yeah, I took the UConn money line earlier in the week at like minus 112. I think it's gone up a little bit. So the first thing you want to do when looking at Michigan State games is whoever they're playing, how do they defend transition? Izzo wants to get out, hunt early shots, get out. UConn's not going to let that happen. This is going to be a half-court game. The one thing Michigan State is great at, half-court defensively, is like what 95% of teams do is like, ball screens, pick and roll stuff at the top. That's not what UConn does. Michigan State wants to cut you off at the dribble, cut you off at the point of attack. That's not UConn's game. Like all of UConn's game is off-the-ball stuff. It's all off-the-ball screening. It's elite stuff. And that's what Michigan State is not good at. Minnesota absolutely shredded Michigan State earlier this season, and that's what Minnesota does. It's all off the ball, like cutting, and I think it's a really good schematic matchup for UConn. Now UConn's got to have guys hit jumpers. They haven't had guys hit jumpers in a while. They hit some against UCLA. Caravan finally came out of his shell. If UConn can't hit their shots, then they're probably in trouble. But I think schematically, I like the edge for UConn, so I took the UConn money line.
Lee, any other thoughts on this thing? Any other thoughts on tonight? Any thoughts on how illiterate we are for being up to like 3 in the morning talking about this shit? No offense to us.
I'll just say tonight with Iowa State, like, again, the not having Jefferson is so massive that their post-up rate, like, basically gets cut in half. They become a much more perimeter-oriented team. The usage rates on their guards go way up. And so that's what you want to watch. Look, Milan Cilovic is the key, in my opinion. He never stops moving. You're going to have somebody chasing him around for 40 minutes being in his grill. He's the best three-point shooter in college this year with any sort of space. He's probably going to hit 3 or 4. He can't go off for like 7 or 8, though. Like, so I don't know if you're going to want to if a men's ankle can hold up long enough, like, to chase him around. And then the other part is Lipsy. You have to make Lipsy go to his left. He's elite when he goes to his right. He struggled staying in front of these guys, staying in front of the ball, the whole year with these guards. Make him go to his left. Do not let him go to his right. So I just keep an eye on those two things.
Thank you, my man. Great. Hey, Lee, much love to you, bro. Hey, jump on with us tonight, man, if you're around.
Yeah, I'll be around for sure, man. Yeah.
You won't be like inebriated or anything, will you?
No, man. I stopped drinking about 3 years ago, actually, man.
God bless you, bro. God bless you. All right, man. Take care.
All right. See you,
Thank you. I have a couple friends that did that. And, it's hard. That's hard. 865-200. Yeah.
Good for Lee. Hey, Tony, I don't know if it's always this way or if I've just kind of realized it this year, but there's a really interesting dichotomy in what was left coming into this weekend between the old guard coaches, successful coaches, and some really, really good new and upcomers. On one side you got Patino, you got Izzo, you got Underwood,
yep.
You got Barnes, and then on the other side you got the new guard, Otzelberger, you got McCollum, you got Dusty May,
yep.
And I think Hurley's still some of the new guard guy too. So it's a really interesting group of coaches that have gotten their teams here. Maybe it's always that way, and I just haven't realized.
What's Matt Painter, Bino? Is he old school or new school? He's pretty young, isn't he? I think he's kind of new school.
I think he's kind of between the two that we're talking about, yeah.
Because somebody shouted him out and said he looks just like Shane McMahon. I've never thought about that. I'm very good at doppelgangers. Like, personally, I think I look like Brad Pitt. If I had to go with somebody that I really favor.
You're very good at doppelgangers.
So I would say the Shane McMahon comp to him is very good, and the Mean Street Posse, that would make Bob Baskerville a member of the Mean Street Posse. I just love that we're a part of this. Laura said, please don't stay on. I said, oh, honey, I won't. I will not do overtime, I told her. There's just something about me, this whole thing. I don't know. I'm like that Labrador in your backyard. I will run till I fall over when it comes to this. So, Bino, you tell me when it's time to go today, okay?
I'm ready for my exit interview anytime.
It's time for me to go, Tone.
You leaving, Bri?
I'll see you tonight.
See you. Let's go back to our phones. What do you think of Brian?
He gone.
What do you think of Brian Bino?
He gone.
Does Bri like those chatters over there on YouTube?
They're some of his favorites, yes.
Does he like the callers, Bri Bino?
Most.
There's just so much great stuff going on. Let's go back to our phones. All right, so here's what we're doing. We're doing exit interviews. We're taking your call. And then when you get to... Well, wait a second. Now, Brian's writing down... Brian can't leave. He's writing down the... Bino, can you write down the score predictions along with the start times, or should we just make Brian go back and get them off the tape?
Tony, if I can round up a pen, I'll be more than happy.
All right. While you do that, I'm going to hit myself in the head with this cup in honor of tonight.
Okay. I was wondering what that sound was.
Yeah, it's me hitting myself in the head with the cup.
Hitting yourself in the head, yes.
Just a quick question for you. I've never asked you this, Bino. I didn't feel the need to ask you, but I guess I'll ask you now since we're doing show and tell. It's a game we play, When I Want to Say I Love You. Who did that? Who did show and tell?
Show and tell was Al Wilson.
Oh, it's I loved him. Great middle linebacker, too. It's great having him on to start the football season last year.
Absolutely.
But first you show me, then you tell me. Bino, this thing I'm holding in my hand, it's never been used, right?
It has not.
Okay, and how... Because people have asked me, how do I get one? They were like, did you get it at Alumni Hall? And I said, no, I think it's a one-of-a-kind. I'm serious. People want an orange cup. People want a PMS3.
Okay.
Tennessee orange cup. Where did this come from? Then we go back to our phones.
That came from Academy Sports.
Okay.
Where the paint came from,
I have
spray
painted it. You spray painted it.
Shino spray painted it.
That's the most next level thing ever. So this is hand painted by Shino. Every nook and cranny of this thing. It's an excellent paint job inside and out. I'm thinking about, I told Laura, I said, when we start gigging back in April, when we start back up, I'm thinking about wearing it to one of our gigs like Larry Blackman used to out in front of Cameo.
Oh, yeah.
Out in front of Cameo.
And sing Candy. Sing Candy when you do. I love
Larry Blackman was incredible. Incredible.
Giving me a heart attack. It's the kind I like.
People didn't think the cup thing was neat, but or real. And Titans-Bill Sausage just chimed in and said, Shano Adams. Back to our phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony, Brother Bino.
There he is, the Ridge Runner.
Sammy.
I got 4 words for your boy Dave.
Aight.
And it starts with somebody, Tony.
Hey, Dave.
Somebody's gonna feel it tonight, brother, at about midnight.
Yep.
Vols 84, Cyclones 73.
What time's it tip, Sammy?
Oh, are you asking that question? Golly.
Yeah. What time's it tip?
Alabama, Michigan's going to dispose of them pretty easily, I feel like. I'm thinking quarter after.
Sammy, on the way out of our exit interview here, give me somebody going to field this in honor of the occasion.
Well, before I give you that on the way out, real quick, how Purdue gets these gargoyles every year. They get some crazy big man. And that last play last night.
Oh, was it incredible?
Kaufman Wren was shoving that Texas kid right in the back on that rebound, on that tip in. He shoved him up under the goal.
Bobby.
I'm sorry, but when I play basketball, that's called a push in the back, over the back, whatever you want to call it. But I guess they're letting them play this year because, honestly, I've seen a lot of stuff let go this year that I'm like, man, that's got to be a foul. But anyway, Tony, love y'all. Go Big Orange.
Do it. I want you to do it.
What?
Put it in there. I want you to really do it now. Really lay it in there.
Somebody's gonna feel it, brother.
Thank you, Sammy. 865-200-5402. And people think this show's like moronic. What'd you think of the guy, Bino, that didn't know what we were doing? He just kind of called in like blindly. He wouldn't even listen to the show.
Yeah.
And I asked him what the tip time was, and he goes, 7:15?
6, 7.
And I just blew him up. I mean, what do you want me to do? And said, put it down, Bri. And who knows? Maybe it's like the price right. Maybe everybody goes over. Maybe the Michigan-Alabama game's over at like 9:15 and they tip it at like 9:45. Maybe they run roll them, you know?
Yeah.
Purdue really does play that physical style, though, man. And they are a little dirty.
Yeah, they play some old man basketball. Man.
Yeah, and they are a little dirty. You got Bill Lane Beer out there. I'll tell you one thing. Their tip was an incredible play at the end of that game. For that kid to contort his body that way and get that ball up, and he like half threw it up like almost like over his back. Bino, that was a crazy looking tip at the rim.
Yep. Got to have your big man in there, Tony. No excuse for him to be over there on a bench.
Well, and one other point on that note, Beanstar, is that That's why Arizona fired that guy. Because March isn't his friend. Texas has another coach that's great in the regular season, and March isn't his friend. That's just the reality of it. But let's go back to our phones. Bino, do you like it when I talk Basie? Because I'm talking Basie today because I've got my throat's real sore or full, coated with whatever it's coated with. I'm gonna go gargoyle with some whiskey. Speaking of gargoyles, hello and welcome into our next call. And by the way, that does work. You get a little whiskey in you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Kills COVID too if it's strong enough, Tony. What's up, Bobby?
No doubt.
How you guys
Kills
doing?
everything.
Well, to follow Sammy in the Ridge is always a task because he might just be your best caller. I was pretty sure Brian was going to put me in the transfer portal.
Interesting. Interesting.
I loved the caller that called it. That game, honestly, it probably has a better chance at starting 6 or 7 a.m. Eastern Standard than p.m. Central Standard.
I mean, that poor fella that said 6 or 7, I thought, you're not listening. But
I
that's
don't even know if he watches basketball. You've got to know the tip time.
But that's all right.
Maybe he's in Singapore.
Yep.
Maybe it is 6 a.m.
Yep.
This time.
Yep.
Guys, is it odd that we all feel so good? It's a bad feeling, all of us feeling so good about this.
No doubt about it. No, there's no doubt. I'm so scared of the way I feel, good as I feel for tonight's game. I'm not going to say I think we're winning. I'm not doing that because I don't want to listen to Matt Dixon yell at me. But, Bino, will he yell at me?
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I mean, he'll text me, rip me in our group. Matt, for the record, I'm not picking us tonight, Matt. I'm not picking anything. I'm staying out of the way here.
Yeah, I did notice they listed another dude as questionable. It's number 55. I just blanked on his name, but I know he plays pretty significant minutes for them too. And that goes more to what Lee was saying about rebounding. I mean, we're sitting here with 2 of their best, 8, probably not playing tonight. That bodes well for us.
We should pound their eyeballs shut.
Yeah. Every time somebody says Milan Monmanovic, I think of Rudy Tomjanovich.
Yep.
And he was pretty good. Yeah, he's a pretty good coach there.
I think of Kermit Washington when I think of him.
Nice. I think that Tennessee, I will pick them. I think it's going. I get the vibe, especially with what was it Mory said that the officiating crew is going to let them put their hands on them. I get the vibe that this thing's going to be in the low 60s, like 63, 61. Tennessee's going to maul them. Jalen Carey might foul out with 22 minutes left to go in the game, 2 minutes left in the first half, because he likes to maul dudes.
And what's the tip time?
It might be a Jalen Carey type game where you have a thug out there just beating on people, and that's okay.
And what's the tip time?
No problem. Oh, tip time. It's supposed to be 10:10. I'm going to go with 10:27.
10:20.
And I'll leave you with that.
10:27.
And we're going to kick Vanderbilt's ass in baseball this weekend.
Wow! Bino, call that shot. How will the baseball Vols do this weekend?
I'm going to say the Vols take 2 out of 3 at Vandy. They cheat the system and cheat my system and win a road series.
I mean, this baseball team is pretty damn good. It's a shame they gave that. They'd be right there tied for the top 4-2. The Georgia. How many times am I going to talk about that Georgia Sunday game? If they didn't throw that thing away. And by the way, this coach is learning because in this league, decisions are, I guess you could say 6-7. The decisions you make 6-7. You got to show urgency and you got to be decisive when you're managing one of these teams. And I agree with the throat today. His decision to go away from Coons, who's a fellow Pennsylvania boy, like Marcel Marciniak. I love my fellow Pennsylvanians by birth, Tennesseans in the heart. But you couldn't do that. You can't keep putting a guy out there that throws 2 innings and then loses velo. I mean, what are you going to have, a Friday opener? This guy's a frontline pitcher. He's not a Friday opener. This guy like John Stamos from a couple years ago, Blackie on General Hospital. I mean, what are we doing? Bino,
one thing for sure, Elander's not being indecisive.
No, I love that because that Sunday he dallied and got beat. I think right now, if he'd do it all over again, he's sure showing us that. Hey, look, err on the side of managing your baseball team. Don't let your baseball team manage you. You agree with the decision, Bino?
Yes, I agree with it. I don't know about the personnel, about who he's replacing him with. I think it was the right time to go ahead and try something and see if you can get Coons back straightened out a little bit, throwing some out of the bullpen. But yes, I think it's the right move.
Back to the phones we go. It's been an incredible show today, centered around the exit interviews. Bino, your thoughts on taking the exit interviews and turning them into a topic, which was lovely Laura's idea last night.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic, Tony. It's worked wonderfully.
I mean, it's kind of silly. It's kind of goofy. We make fun of things. It's just sort of what we do.
The audience has, for the most part, played the game.
Yes. Bino, I want before we go back to the phones, what time Eastern time do you think our show starts tonight? Just because I'm going to go walk in the park about 4 miles, suck in as much pollen as I can through my snout, and then come back here and hopefully sleep for 3 or 4 hours. That's sort of my goal here. And maybe do 100 push-ups between now and then.
Tony, I think your show is going to start at 12:35.
Fuck, mania. Fanage.
AM. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Daylight Time.
C. Brent TV3 says Laura has great ideas. She really does have great ideas. In fact, it was her idea for us to get married. No, it wasn't. I mean, Nate meant tonight, Bino. Are you buying that he was running around like a wild man at practice, Bino? Are you buying that?
I don't know about running around like a wild man. I'm going to say that Nate Ament has the best game he's had in the tournament to date tonight.
I agree with that. I think he gets like 23 points or something like that. I think he plays well tonight.
I think it's going to be spread over 2 halves, too.
Ken Boyd reminds us Lady Vols are down to 4 returning players. Hey, Ken, the expectation internally is that there will be no returning players. Did the Palo kids hit the portal yet, Ken? I haven't looked. But I hear that their market, I wrote about it today, their market's not what their dad thought it was going to be. Division I teams have gotten a look at gotten a look at both of them and said they're too small. And they're not going to make the money they made coming here. That's the reality. The reality of the transfer portal is it works both ways. It's very interesting. You come out of high school, you get great money, you get Nico, you get $8 million, and then you're $8 million if you're Nico, and you didn't play your hand right, it turns into, $2 million 1 year, $2 million 1 year, and then $1 million, or $900,000, whatever it is. Isn't that an interesting thing, Bino, about the portal? How it's like the ultimate meritocracy. And then there's kids like Jacoby Gillespie who told me, he said, I never dreamed I'd be back here. Like we were just sitting there talking before we did our program. And he said, when I went to Belmont, I went down there with a chip on my shoulder because I knew I was much better than that. He said, but I got in that league and I learned there's some damn good players in this league. He said, and that forced me to work very hard. He said, I was really in for a rude awakening he said, I thought I would dominate that deal. And then I got down there and realized I better work my ass off. And then after a couple seasons, I got a call from Maryland and some other schools.
I'm just so happy for Jacoby that he got the opportunity. And not only that he got it, but at the most important part of our season, he's played as well as he could possibly play.
Yep.
He's been super.
Jonesy said, listen to the drive, hour 1 yesterday with Ben McKee live from Wrigley Field. That's awesome. I love Ben. We need to start getting him back on here again. I love me some Ben McKee. He is so damn good. Works so hard. Such a good dude, man. Works his ass off. Ben McKee goes hard now. Let's go back to the phones. You know, for several weeks, he and Swain did their show out of here. When Swain was keeping the dream alive, what was the story there? The station got sold or something, and Swain needed a place to do a show, and I guess for 6 weeks or so, they came in here and did the show so Swain could keep doing his deal. Which my mentality is that anybody would do that for me in our business. And Swain, I love him. But Tony, you guys aren't competing. I mean, come on. When you do this thing as long as I've done it, you realize one thing, which is there's us and then there's them. And us are the people who get to sit behind the microphones. Because eventually, them gonna get you. That's why I'm, out on my own. I mean, because them gonna get you. So the Paldos are in the portal. Okay. Yeah, Magic 8 Vault. Ben says that he was moving really well at practice. I'm obviously embellishing a little bit, but he was moving well at practice yesterday. I do know that in preparation for getting there, they kept him off his feet this week. I do know that. I was told that. Which, what is the point, right? Bino, what is the point of making him practice at this point in the season? There is no point in that. Now, you're going to implement your game plan the day before, do your walkthrough. You want him there yesterday, obviously, when you're implementing things. But other than that, and I think he guards the European tonight. They say he can move really well on defense. I mean, he blocked that shot. They say when he gets the ball in his hands, he just doesn't have the lift, which I think is a very interesting thing. I don't quite understand that physiologically, but let's get our next call in and we'll shut it down. Laura, how's that sound? 30 minutes on a Friday. Hi, you're on the air.
I'll be quick, Tony B. This is Judd.
Oh, Juddy, your thoughts on what we're going to see, brother? This is Revolytics Judd, ladies and gentlemen. Our return engagement. If Laura would say, talk to him for 30 minutes, she is a Revolytics Judd mark.
Well, she enjoys nonsense.
Well, she likes bald-headed men that take this stuff too seriously. You happen to be sexy, though. You look like a bald-headed Jeremy Pruitt. I look like a bald-headed something that was drawn up by Jim Henson.
Well, we'll see. I think I've mentioned this before, but the reputation during the tournament is they let the boys play, but that changes once you get to the Sweet 16 a lot of times, especially if you're the early game. The one thing I'm worried about tonight is there's no postgame. So the reason they let the boys play is the referees are giving very strict instructions on we've got times to make. So these games can't last 2.5 hours, 3 hours. But once you get down to the Sweet 16, if you've got the last game, they don't have that restriction put on them. So hopefully, like I said, we've got a pretty good lineup tonight for what we could have, because normally ideally the way they like to set up assignments is each team has a guy that has seen them during the season, and then a so-called third guy is the neutral ref that mostly does another conference.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that we got to represent us that we've seen throughout the years, Courtney Green, which is not a bad assignment, because here's the alternatives that are still in here.
Patch Adams.
We could have had Pat Adams.
He's there tonight.
Could have had Joe Lindsay.
Yep, Adams is there tonight. It was going to be either Adams or Green. So Tennessee got the better one in your opinion?
Oh, big time. No shot. No. the one guy that you don't want, the two guys that you don't want to see. And interestingly enough, this has happened multiple seasons in a row. When Kentucky exits the tournament, Don Daly exits the tournament, and this is the same case this year. If people start doing some connect the dots with Don Daly in Kentucky, that's why he's called Don Big Blue Daly. It's kind of weird, but we could have had Doug Shows. And here's an interesting case in human behavior of why I started doing this. So Doug Shows, other than Shea, that's a Florida grad and a Gainesville native, he's got the worst statistically call against Tennessee. Now, we've not seen him in a while.
Now, who's that?
Shea? Jason Shea.
Shea. Can I ask you something? So did we dodge a bullet by our game not being in the 6-7 hour? Or are you saying it could get extremely profuse with the officiating because it's late? Which one are you saying?
Because it's late, the officials don't have to make time. They can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's why we've got the lineup is pretty good. The only guy I don't really know about is the family connection there. I've heard the name Brooks Wells, but I've not really observed him whatsoever. But, interestingly enough, Doug Shows was second. There was at one point in time, especially during the Bruce Pearl years, Bruce Pearl couldn't catch a break. I mean, if Shows was on the court, it was absurd. And it trended into the Barnes years. But there was a point in time, I remember years ago, Doug Shows, like 65% of his whistles went against Tennessee. Then about 5 seasons ago, it completely flipped the script. I mean, you wanted to see, for about 2 seasons in a row, you wanted to see Doug Shows. He completely went the opposite direction, and I could not figure out why. It made no sense whatsoever because it was consistent for 2 seasons. And then talking to one of your insiders, we were having a conversation. Come to find out, those 2 years, Doug Shows and Rick Barnes were on the rules committee together working hand in hand.
I remember that little conversation we had, and that was I forgot all about that 3-way we did. That's amazing that you remember that.
Yeah, so now Doug Shows the past 2 seasons has been right back to Doug Shows. Man, you don't want Don Daly, you don't want Doug Shows. I don't know what his beef is. Now Doug Shows tends to be. There are referees that like the guys that get bounced back from the NBA. The NBA does this came after the Tim Donaghy thing. They keep super detailed records on so the guys that get bounced out of the NBA. Usually because they are in a extreme statistical category. Like there's a couple of guys we got they were in the 80th percentile of the dog covering the spread.
Who are those
and
guys?
They may be doing it.
Who are those?
They might not even be doing it on purpose. It's just human behavior. There's some guys, they just like the underdog.
You mean from the NBA ranks?
Yeah, when we see them in college, and the SEC gobbles those guys up like crazy.
Bino, your thoughts on the man who Seth Greenberg quoted but didn't give attribution to. Several other people, the Gottlieb guy, several other people have used the man's work unattributed. The man who invented the art, and it's not a science, it's an art and a science, but it's more an art. The art and science of Reflytics. Bino, your thoughts on Reflytics, Judd?
Any inventor of a psi art, I'm just standing back in amazement.
Juddy, why do they look the other way on Purdue? Why is this a thing now with Purdue just last night just mauling Texas right out of the tournament?
I have never understood that. Purdue gets the most regal whistle of regal whistles. I mean, Mike Krzyzewski is kind of blushing that they get the kind of whistle. It's the only thing that I can figure is when you watch them play. I don't watch Purdue a whole lot. But it's almost like Matt Painter is channeling LeBron James, and his players just flopped they are so exaggerated in their flops. But I don't know what kind of spell he's got on the referees because Purdue gets the most blue blood whistles I've ever seen of the team before. It's bizarre.
And they've got like zero postseason tradition. It isn't like Tom Izzo's standing over there. I mean, they're pretty good. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. They beat us in the 16 with our great team several years ago, but
Yeah,
last night
on a bogus foul call.
Exactly.
That the NCAA changed the rules
Out of
after they made the
bounds.
call.
Yeah, the guy's foul grifting over there with his leg out. He's doing the hokey pokey. Is that where you put your right leg out and your left leg, Bino? Because who was the guard that did his the hokey pokey and he turned himself around, Bino? Who was that? What was that kid's name? He played for the Celtics. That big old thick leg kid. Come on, man. We ought to,
he was a short.
we ought to all be able to. And he was a little short
Brian
guy.
Hartman.
Yeah. He stuck his leg out. I mean, hell, hey, Brunson from the Knicks thought that was foul grifting. Your boys.
Exactly, yeah.
He's the biggest foul grifter alive. Do you get sick watching Brunson?
He's not as bad as LeBron, but he's a real close second.
Oh, my God, LeBron's the worst. And LeBron's always bitching. I can't wait for him to quit so Connect can play in L.A. and be free to move about. The Carson Edwards, thank you very little.
There we go.
Yeah, but for the guys still left in it, I think we've got a pretty good draw tonight.
Give me your thoughts, John. I want to know right now.
I just don't know that Brooks guy.
I want your final score, and I want to know what time it tips, because Refalytics is an art and a science.
Oh, I'm nowhere near I don't know jack squat about gambling. I'm so ignorant about gambling. I like to listen to people like Lee because they're passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like half the stuff you all talk about money line, I don't even know what that means. That's how ignorant I am about gambling.
A money line?
I got no clue. I hear you guys say that all the time. I don't have a clue what that means.
That's just who's going to win the game.
Oh, well.
Money line's who's going to win the game. You're just taking an outright winner. I got you on the money line.
You've got if Jefferson's not playing tonight.
No.
I would think the Vols. I think they'll probably have about a 10-point lead with 10 minutes to play, and they ended up winning by 1 or 2. Maybe like a 76-74 or something like that.
And what time's the game tip, Jotty?
10:24.
10 to right where it's supposed to. Jotty, if it tips at 10:24, I'm going to come over to your place and I'm going to give you a big old wet kiss on the top of your shiny noggin.
Well, let's hope it's 10:25 then.
Can I ask you something? How do you keep that thing so high and tight, man? How do you do it? Do you have a skull shaver?
Yep.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
What kind of razor do you have? The brand?
Braun, I think.
Send me a screenshot of that.
All right.
You're the man, Judd. Thank you.
See you, boys.
Every time I've seen Judd, his head, and this is a great compliment to him, looks like he's wax. It's like he waxes that bad boy. You've seen him, right, Bino? A very shiny head on him.
Yes.
All right, Bino. We're going to close it out with Refalytics Judd. We went 40 minutes. And the question is, I know this is a game, Bino, that could go either way. What you got, my man? Talk to me.
Tony, you just watch this. This is how you do it.
All right.
I got the Vols winning 70-69. I got the game ending at 10. I got the game starting at 10:11, where you're going to be on the air shortly after midnight.
Thank you, Bino. I love you. Thank you, boys. G to the B to the O. I want to remind you, we're live as soon as the game ends tonight. I also want to remind you that Willie D. Heftlin laid down. In fact, why don't we just do that right now? I want you to listen to the latest version of the weekend rotation with Will Heftlin. This is an 18-minute excursion into excellence. I love this kid. He's a superstar and a superstar all rolled into one. He looks like one of those superstars, but he's a superstar. But he's very, I like Willie. Willie's a great man. Bino, thanks, man. Enjoy the game. We love you. We appreciate you. G to the B to the O. And I'm going to give you a little sample here. I'm going to leave this on the end of our upload just so people can hear Heflin. You need to support this show. You need to tell the living listener about it. And somebody left him a comment over on YouTube. Hit the like and subscribe button for this. Over on YouTube, he's got 184 views so far. Do me a favor, jump in there and watch the show, and let's help it grow, and hit the like button on his show. I want Willie's show to grow. Willie better than Tony. Willie better than Tony. Willie greater than Tony.
Tennessee
Here we go.
Played really well their last 2 games. They are 4.5-point underdogs in that game, but Iowa State's best player.
Hang on, we're going to back it up.
Jefferson, I believe, is his name.
He's going, Willie starting with some hoops. Willie starting with some hoops. Here we come. The weekend rotation. Bang. Bang, ladies and gentlemen. Bang.
Welcome into the weekend rotation. It is a happening week for Tennessee fans. It's Sweet 16 week, and Vanderbilt. The Vanderbilt Commodores. Friday, Tennessee will take on Iowa State in the Sweet 16. That's basketball. For those of you that don't know, Tennessee's played really well their last 2 games. They are 4.5-point underdogs in that game, but Iowa State's best player, Jefferson, I believe is his name, the All-American forward, he is out. So possibility for Tennessee to take advantage. You're watching this show probably for baseball. I'm your host, Will Heftlin. If you're new here, thank you so much. This is the Tony Basilio network, if you will. But this is the weekend rotation. We're going to preview the Vanderbilt series podcast style on here, and then I will be with you for Garza Law Extra Innings Sunday after hopefully a couple Tennessee basketball wins and a couple Tennessee baseball wins. But Tennessee comes into the series 3-3 in SEC play. Vanderbilt 2-4. Tennessee's first series, they lost on the road at Georgia. They won the first game, lost the next 2. Flipped the script against Missouri, lost the first one, won the next 2. Vanderbilt opened with LSU in SEC play, an LSU team that was struggling offensively. Tennessee, LSU, and Bama were the 3 lowest offensive teams coming into conference play, and that series was an absolute circus. There were a ton of runs in that first game, a big comeback. Vanderbilt scored a ton of runs on Saturday, and ultimately LSU scored a ton of runs and was able to avoid the sweep on Sunday. So Vanderbilt left that series 2-1. They went to Stark Vegas last week and got swept, got absolutely manhandled by what I think is the best team in the country. The rankings say otherwise, but that doesn't mean that Tennessee's got it any easier this weekend. Don't let the record fool you. 14-12 is very weird for a Vanderbilt team, but this is a rivalry. Tim Corbin knows that he needs to beat Tennessee. Tennessee knows that Vanderbilt, for a long time, was the premier program in the state. There's a lot of juice to this one, and it's a little earlier than it was last year and a couple years prior. So I don't really know all that well. Like, we have an idea of what both teams are. Especially for us, Tennessee, we've watched them a ton. I've watched Vandy a decent bit and know them, but I still can't figure out Tennessee. By the time you're watching this, you've probably heard that Brandon Arvidsson is going to start on Friday. I think that's the right move. I think it's the right move. Tegan Kuhns will be a weapon in the bullpen, but it was not going well as a starter. There were a few good innings, and then it seemed like he was getting hit really hard, and his stuff will play out of the bullpen. He can come in a little shorter stint, let it rip. He's better at 97, 98, 93, 94 for him, whatever reason. When he settles in,